my show, cash at me, and you can get a real dialogue.
Hey, here we go, man. Here we go. We on live. What up, Macheads and Maniacs? Shout out to any frontliners that's in the building.
Man,
You know it's crazy. You know I haven't been on YouTube in about a week, and I've been taking a break, trying to let the suckers and the haters pull their hair out, hoping somebody respond to them. So I just been kicking back, just letting everybody air out their differences and shit, and enjoying my family. I've been spending all week since Christmas with my nephews, nieces, grandnephews, and great nieces. And my son and his girl came in yesterday. So I'm just chilling, man. I'm ending the year on a good family note, good
man,
mentally, and I'm gonna get the rest of my life together this year coming up. So
that's right.
I just want to share that with y'all. You know the old saying, y'all only know what I tell you. And
Man, say it again, Kev, man.
man, for real.
Say it again, man. That's how I'm going into the new year with
Yeah,
that Boosie badass song. Take care of your family, love your family. You
absolutely.
understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And let me
But
give,
yeah, man.
before we get started, I want to give a shout out to my daughter, man. My daughter got, I think they call it cesspit. My daughter got poison blood. It
Oh,
comes from the effects of having pneumonia for 6 months. And
woo.
the blood clots that she had in her lungs. So she's not doing well, y'all. She's really not doing well.
My
She's been,
prayers is up, brother. I'm gonna say a prayer for her, Kev, man.
yeah, yeah. I appreciate it. She always come through. She's strong. She's much stronger than I am. I tell her that all the time. Like, baby,
That's
I
right.
couldn't live with the things that you've been through. You know what I mean?
That's
Uh,
right.
all that dodging guns and going to prison ain't got shit on a little girl that's
Yeah,
all been in the hospital all her fucking life, basically, man. You know, and having major surgeries.
yeah.
But anyway, Bam, what's up with you, man?
Hey man, I'm living my life, Kev Mac. I'm happy.
You
I'm
should.
happy.
You should
I'm
be.
happy.
We all
My
should
life
be.
is Too Pretty Kenny told me to tell you what's up too. He called me today.
Yeah, he trying to call me out of there, so I was busy.
But
Uh,
yeah, watch this, man. I'm just trying to be a better uncle than I've ever been, man. And that's just to get down. You feel me? Salute to you too, Marlon Guest. What it do, man?
right.
You
Let me
know,
read.
uh, I'm tired of the suckers and the haters too, Kev Mac. But watch this. We can't do nothing about suckers and haters, man. They gonna exist longer than us. They here like gang banging.
Man,
Gang banging ain't gonna die, and sucker and haters ain't gonna die, man.
man,
Some people, that's the position they know how to play. We
right,
can't get around that. You know what I mean? Like you just said, they only know what you want them to know. Hey,
right.
check this out, man. Half of these dudes can't walk a mile in our shoes, and I ain't trying to walk a mile in theirs. You understand what I'm saying?
I,
I'm
I
just
damn,
being bam.
I damn
I'm just
sure ain't trying to walk a
I'm just
mile with
being
nobody
bam, right?
else
I'm not on here trying to assassinate nobody character.
at
If that's
all.
how you want to clout chase on YouTube and get your subscribers talking about somebody else, hey, my mama said if you got my name in your mouth, I must be doing something right.
Yeah,
You
that's what
understand
the
what I'm saying?
Machias and Maniacs tell me. If my name
You
ain't
know,
popping, then I ain't popping.
yeah, you know. Say, watch this, man. I ain't never did nothing in life that I didn't enjoy. I might have some regrets about what I did in life, but everything I did in life, from smoking crack to gang banging, I had fun doing it, Kill Mac.
Man,
You
man,
understand what I'm saying?
man, when was you smoking?
I was smoking, man, from 78. Then I went to prison and came right back and jumped right into it. Watch this. Somebody threw me a half a burger. I thought I could sell some dope and found out crack is something I can't sell. I was my biggest client. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey,
And I got caught up on the violation and told my parole officer to put me in a program. And that was a wrap.
hey, you know, I know a lot of ballers, a lot of dudes that had a big sack, and most of them got turned out on their own sack, man.
Listen to me, man. I done smoked dope with Tootie Reese, man.
Mm,
Smoke dudes used to smoke. That was a player's house. So I thought I was a player. I was a young dude, man. I came into that game early. You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying? Do I regret smoking? Watch this. Hell no, I had fun smoking. And I was a scary smoker. I wasn't stealing to go get crack. My homies just looked out for me. You understand what I'm saying? But I never put an F hat on when I was smoking. I wasn't worthy enough to put that F hat on. When I put that pipe down, my girl bought me an F hat my first year of sobriety. And I put OG Bam on the hat, on the side of the hat, 1 year sober. I'm living my life, man. I don't care what nobody say. I started AAs in prison. I was a junior counselor in prison. If I can change, anybody can change. I know a whole lot of dudes that smoke crack. You feel me? Because a person used to be caught up in addiction, don't take away from who he is. If he continue doing it, that take away. But when he stepped to the plate and said, man, I'm tired of doing that, I just got tired of doing it. You understand what I'm saying? Now I can afford fitted hats and shit. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't got to wear the same pair of tennis shoes every day. I can wear a variety of tennis shoes. So I'm happy with my life, man. They can post that on there. Watch this, man. Some of them haters and trolls wouldn't even know I smoked crack until they heard me say I smoked crack. Right. So I'm not ashamed of my lifestyle. I lived a good life, man. I came from a good family. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm finna learn my damages and not try to bite into the haters and the suckers, man.
Hey, I think what's missing from a lot of the G's or the people on YouTube doing this gang content is expressing, being honest and factual about the misdeeds in life, because then the people don't see how hard it was for us to turn our lives around.
Man,
you know what I mean? Like
you just said that the best way.
I mean, any real, and I don't even want to use the N word. I don't want to use it in the year using the N word because I use it a lot, and I don't regret using it. But sometimes I feel like it's out of place. But
all right,
I feel like a lot of dudes, man, come on here and want to just present themselves as perfect. You know, like they ain't never got beat up. They ain't never got rolled up. They ain't never smoked no dope. You know what I'm saying? Their girl ain't never cheated on them. They ain't never been divorced. You know, and to me, that's cool if you want to be Mr. Perfect, but you misleading people and you giving a false identity to the people. And to me, I don't resonate with that because I want to know what you did that we might consider a strike and how you rebounded from that. How'd you turn your life around and what made you turn your life around? Then we can see your struggle and understand how much effort you put into doing the right thing and staying out of trouble.
You ain't lying, man. Hey, watch this, Kev, man. When I was Bad News Selly on B Yard, right? I'm on the yard. One day we on the yard and booming from Linwood Inwood. He asked me something because I had a stove. Mel Rock had a stove. So I'm doing my thing like my homies doing it, my comrades, right? And one day he said something about a dude on the man, that dude to smoke. I said, man, why you say that shit? I used to smoke crack. First thing came out of the boom mouth, he did this. Shit, how can I tell, man? You gonna visit, your family take care of you? I said, because I wasn't a scandalous motherfucker, but I ain't ashamed of nothing I ever did in life. I might have some regrets in my life. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I did a live earlier after I texted and said, what time you want to come on here, man? My boy Willie got at me, and I just said this to Melly Mel now. And you know, when I was an active gang member, in a roundabout way, man, I forgot I was black. Because everything I was doing only things to black people. I wasn't doing nothing to nobody else but to just black people. So in the roundabout way, shit, I was doing the Klansman job when I shouldn't have been doing that shit. And dudes don't see it like that. If you ain't went through nothing, man, you can't elaborate on somebody else's lifestyle, man. Adversity is not to make you weaker, it's to make you stronger. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, for me, Bam, if you've been through adversity, then there's also, you know, if you've been through adversity and you able to willingly admit it, then you overcame that part of your life.
Yeah.
And to me, I just feel like more people need to be honest and quit pretending to be all hard and tough, because that ain't really what YouTube was meant to be.
Say it again, man. Say it again. I mean, when most dudes get on here, they want to be hard. Watch this, Kev Mac. Now, if you think I'm lying, some of the Mac heads say this in the front liners is they look at other people's shows. Every dude that got something negative to say about people that hit your show, especially Bam, they trying to outlive their life better than I live my life. They don't want to admit to their mistakes. So they lying to kick it. They subscribing and lying to kick it, right? You ain't no better than the next man. We all had our own problems. Watch this. Everybody got some form of addiction in their life, whether it's drugs or anything else. You got some form of addiction. You understand what I'm saying? My girl got an addiction to drinking wine every Friday when she get off work. She got to have a glass of wine before she take a shower and do all that, and to make another glass when she's sitting in the jacuzzi tub in the house. And I accept that, right? But most dudes, when they don't talk about their flaws, it's because they're ashamed of themselves. They're embarrassed of themselves.
Or insecure that the viewer is going to look down on them.
Yeah, you feel me?
Well, let me get to a comment real quick and 2 shout outs. Kev Mac, I salute and really want to let you know you're a big influence in my life, being a YG on the other side of the tracks from Pomona. My prayers to your fam and OG Bam. Good looking out the Mac. Appreciate
right back there to the Mac, man. That's right. That's right.
OG Steve, thanks for your prayers and thanks for your super chat, brother.
OG Steve, stay in the house, man. You stay in the house, man. First one bought a shirt. I'm going to mail it up on the 8th. First one bought a shirt, man.
He always first.
Yeah, he first one bought a shirt, man.
Salute
first
to
one bought a shirt.
Battling blood clots and cesspits is a testament to her fighting spirit. Appreciate that, man, and appreciate the super chat, man. I know you know a lot about health, man, and she I'm pretty sure she's gonna be well, because every time I thought it was an issue, she pop up right out the hospital again. This time, though, they know what it is, so they won't be releasing her without treating her properly.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's good.
As sad as it is I feel more bad about my grandson, because he's so used to being with his mama, and then when she's in the hospital, he can't see his mama, and I hate that for the little kid, because he stresses out. He's only 1, and he already stressing out, and that's not good.
It ain't. It is not.
No, it ain't. But when my daughter gets well, I'm gonna have to tell her, he's gonna have to spend more time with his grandmama and his granddaddy, away from her, so he'll be used to not being with her. When she had these situations.
That's right, Kev Mac.
But CJ, best wishes to you and your daughter, Kev. I feel you. I lost my oldest daughter, Pooh, this year. Damn, you lost Pooh. You used to always. Is Pooh the one that plays? No, I'm thinking of. I think your other daughter. This year, and it hurt. No one should have to go through this. Sorry to hear that, CJ. My condolences, brother. Captain Southside, sorry for missing your comment, man. Appreciate you for checking in. And thanks for everybody sending prayers up for my daughter. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, prayers go up, man. We got to have a prayer line, man. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, she's done the blood transfusion, the blood thinners, and all that, Tori, man. Glad you was able to get through it, my brother. I had a brother-in-law that wasn't so lucky. My brother-in-law passed from the same situation.
Sorry to hear
that. Yeah. But yeah, man, I just really want to come on and really be positive and show that my spirits are lifted. Not that anything great is going on, but just being around family and taking a break from YouTube really got me feeling good about myself right now. And
that's right, Kev.
I got my car waxed and buffed out, so it's shining. Makes me feel.
Oh, it ain't raining out there?
Huh?
It ain't raining out there?
No, it ain't raining.
All right, what's your raining out here?
It looked like it want to, but no, it's windy right now.
That's cool, man.
Let's see.
But yeah, man, somebody had asked me in my life, I said, Kev Mac just relaxing, enjoying his family. His brother just came home, man.
Oh, I haven't even seen him
up in the house.
I haven't even seen my brother yet, man. I went
all the way
to LA, couldn't find him, wasn't feeling good, so I wanted to come back home.
Yeah.
Bro didn't get a phone until after I left. So now we can communicate, whereas we couldn't communicate before. But yeah, it's all good now. I'm gonna come out there probably the end of the month, maybe.
All right.
Let's see. All right. Again, thanks for all the prayers, man. I appreciate y'all. If y'all got any questions for Bam, feel free to send a question.
Yeah, send it to me, man. I got the answer, man. If I can answer it, I'm definitely gonna give it to him. Trust and believe that.
But I do want to say something. If you could, I don't need you to respond, Bam, good or bad or indifferent. I just want to send a shout out to Goob, man. And this is why. Because we understand what transpired with Bam and Goob and Goob putting himself in a certain situation. But what I don't appreciate is I'm getting all these direct messages talking about Goob's a rat. Is it true that Goob's a snitch? We ain't never seen no paperwork on Goob.
No, I
We
ain't
never heard no accusations that Goob is no rat.
I never implicated the man at being that. That ain't what that. No, I never implicated that
at all.
I got this. I said on my live, if I offended anybody, I extend my apologies, right? I did not put that man on a yard. He put himself on a yard. Sometimes loose lips sink ships, man. You understand what I'm saying? But I never that man. I ain't call that man no rat. Watch this, man. I ain't in the business of doing that. That ain't my get out, Kev, Mac. Because I know what happened if you. I know what happened when you call people rats and they ain't rats. I know the outcome of that. Right. I done seen that firsthand experience. I ain't gonna never put myself in a situation where I got to experience that negative experience, right? I don't have nothing against nobody on YouTube, man. YouTube is meant to enlighten and give people free game, man.
There you go.
You understand what I'm saying? But watch this, man. And most dudes, they don't respect that. Hey, watch this, man. Can't nobody tell me about who Bam is, but Bam can tell you about who Bam is.
Yeah. I
know me better than anybody on earth. Only person knew me better was my mom and my daddy. And there was some things they didn't know, but they were figuring it out though, right? Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I'm gonna give people prison stories. They ask me questions, and I'm gonna give it to them. I never came on YouTube, on Kev Mac Show, Melly Mel. No show ever did an interview on trying to assassinate nobody's character. I don't get on here. I don't even mention names, man.
Yeah, because I
don't get down. Watch this. We did that talking about kids and mamas when we was elementary school. That's why a lot of us had missing teeth playing the dozens on that playground. I don't get down like that no more, man. I said it today, like I was telling you earlier. I hope the Crips that got platforms can stop assassinating each other on YouTube. That ain't Crip business. That's destruction of what Crips represent. I'm a non-active gang member. I haven't denounced Crip. I still go in my neighborhood.
Right.
I go in a whole lot of neighborhoods. You understand what I'm saying? Right. I ain't got to prove that to nobody. I'm not on YouTube to tell nobody to pull up on me. I'm telling people early on my live, stop telling people to pull up on you, man, having somebody pull up at your front door. Because you might get a rude awakening telling somebody to pull up on you. I don't want to be riding the streets and somebody pulling up on me based on something I said. No, but I stand on what I said. I don't put nobody in no situation. They put themselves in that situation. I learned this from you. If somebody say my name, I'm entitled to confront that. But today I'm learning I ain't finna confront everything people are saying when they say my name. I'm not finna give you the attention. You're not my woman. You ain't my niece. You ain't my nephew. So I don't have to give you attention. I'd rather give a pet bull that attention instead of giving it to an idiot. I don't buy into idiots, man.
Hey, look, you pick and choose your battles, and
man,
and a lot of times you leave out the names on purpose because either that person not worthy of his name even being mentioned, or it's no need to allow that person's name to be said so that person can gain some followers off of you.
Exactly. Watch this, man. And I'm gonna say this on your live right now. If Goob felt offended, man, I'm gonna extend my apologies to Goob. But I did not initiate this.
Yeah. So anyway, the reason why I brought Goob up, because number one, me and Goob ain't talked since then. And me and Goob used to talk every day. And it don't matter to me if we never talk another day in our life. But I kind of was used to Goob checking on me like, hey, young man, how you doing? Whatever. But the reason why I mention it is because the people a lot of people that view these videos, they don't interpret what they're hearing well, and other people twist and turn things. So my whole point was, Yeah, he may have been on the 8 yard, and that may not have been the hardest yard on any prison in California, but dude hasn't been accused of telling on nobody or doing nothing like that. So y'all can leave that out my inbox. If y'all feel that way, just go to the Goob Show and leave a comment over there.
Well, I say it again,
get
and
at
I
me
say
about
this a lot too, Mac. Everybody that went to them type of yards, what didn't go over there because they was rats. Some dudes just went over there. They felt that's where they can do their time and won't get caught up in problems. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know why people saying that. I ain't never heard he was a rat. I ain't said he was a rat. So no, and Kev Mac show didn't say it. So don't misconstrue because he put himself on that 8 yard assuming he a rat. He probably went over there because he just wanted to do his time. I just didn't want to be over there. Bam wasn't going over there. As simple as that.
Yeah, now going forward, I agree with you that, man, but like I told you last time, I'm not finna sit here and pretend to be no authorian on how people carry their channels, but I agree with you 1,000%. Chris gotta stop bashing Chris, man. It's a bad look, not just for us, not just for your hood and your homies, not just for your family, but the whole Crip world, the whole Crip nation. People outside of California are getting a misconstrued perception of what gang banging used to be about.
And this the cold part when you say that, right, Kev Mac? When these dudes is smashing, going at each other, what they don't know is, man, in Cali, where we from, they can store some internal shit out here.
Absolutely.
And they so far away that they ain't gonna be on the front line for that internal bullshit. Don't create no drama that don't need to be needed. We ain't trying to have that. We trying to cease that. And these dudes is doing it and don't know they doing it, man. That ain't their intentions. They think it's fly to talk about somebody. Whoa. No, man. You represent your neighborhood, and your neighborhood can reap the benefits of your negativity. And that's what people need to understand. So I advocate that. Crips don't have to smash each other on here. We Crips, and just say, man, I ain't understanding what my homies might be saying. None of that. Because watch this, man. I ain't got no enemies, man. And this is the cold part. Every Crip that's smashing on somebody, if a dude tap into my show and try to smash that Crip, Bam is going to defend him. Because I'm loyal to Crip. I'm just a non-active gang member. I done just turned my life around. Watch this. I ain't Shag, I ain't BG Knockout. I ain't denounced Crip, man. I still represent Crip. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm pushing Crip in a positive light. I ain't trying to do this other stuff people be doing, man.
Hey, let me throw this out there. Like Austin, Texas said, this is same goes for the Damos too. But let me tell you something, and I'm not speaking for Bam. I'm speaking for myself. A lot of times when I send out a message for the Crip Nation, and I don't mean there's a Crip Nation. I'm just saying for people that's affiliated or Crips from elsewhere, it's because Cripping been such a huge part of my life. That's my first concern. I can't speak on blood business because I'm not a blood, and I don't see but one blood on the internet going at it with other bloods. So, that's for Don Moves to handle and getting they play. I'm not in that. I don't see the same things going on. I don't see them calling each other homosexuals and all this other stuff. I don't even see them going in on their rats. So I'm just speaking for the Crips. I'm just speaking for
say it again, man.
For real, I'm just speaking
say it again, man.
No disrespect when I don't mention other sets or other alliances. But I really have a concern for Crip business,
man.
And I think we need to get rid of the foolery. But check this out. Something that Bam just said is how you can start a war in the streets of LA, and that's gonna carry on outside of LA or Compton or whatever as well. But here go my thing when Bam said that. If you a neighborhood, you ain't got no business hating on me. The neighborhoods, we in the same car. We drive each other around. I'm not hating on no other nigga from neighborhood am I hating on unless he hate on me.
Man.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I commend you for that, Kev Mac. Watch this, man. And watch this. I'm glad ain't nobody from Compton got a platform and talking down on me. Gangsta Melly Mel ain't saying nothing negative about Bam. You understand what I'm saying? So hey, check this out, man. Gangsta told him the other night on his live. He said, Bam, my little big homie, because he always been bigger than me. But he put that out there, like, Bam, my big homie. Hey, check this out, man. You got haters as dudes is hating on who you embracing. You got
Absolutely.
haters. You feel what I'm saying? But check this out. All you have to do is become real and you get embraced it. If you doing fake shit, you ain't gonna be embraced. Don't nobody embrace fakeness, man. Only wannabes embrace fake stuff. Check this out, man. Everybody that's bashing Crips on this motherfucker, they was cool at first. Why suddenly you talking about
it? Hey, look, I think probably 90% of the people with a YouTube channel finds out just being on YouTube, you'll fall out with who you thought was your friend or your YouTube.
Man. And you think I'm lying, man. You, Gangsta Melly Mel, I feel comfortable with talking to y'all on phones. There's other dudes, when I be talking to them, I be hoping they ain't recording the phone call. Because this is what they do. They keep watch this, man. Only person I know ever kept texts on me was some females. They exposed me to my woman for cheating. I don't subscribe to that type of behavior, man. That's bustism to me, man. But I'm like you, Kev Mac. When it comes to the Crip Nation, that's a big part of my life. I want to see Bam heads in the house. I understand that. I want to see why we got to go at each other, man. Because watch this, man. Why we got to always go at each other and everybody else looking at us like we some damn fools. That's what they've been saying ever since it's been going on. I ain't talking about just YouTube, but Crips fall out behind some of the silliest shit. And it become detrimental when that falling out get blown out of proportion. I'm not with that, man. Please, I ain't never telling nobody to pull up on me, and I ain't telling nobody I'm gonna pull up on them. You understand what I'm saying? Because I love me. I ain't trying to have nobody do nothing to me. I'm gonna protect me. You understand what I'm saying? I can't relate to that, man. So I hope brothers enter the 2023 with a different attitude and let it go. Create your own narrative on your own show. Hey, check this out, man. Let's be about it. Let's help build each other's shows. Let's not try to tear each other down. That's that girly shit, man. I don't do girly shit. I'm a grown ass man, man.
Hey, Goob, I'ma just send this one message, Goob, and I'm not gonna say nothing else, bro. First of all, we ain't said nothing about what you can and cannot say. We did not address. We did not try to put no muzzle on you or none of that. You can say what you want to say, like I taught Bam, and like Bam said, he got from me. You can always bust back when somebody put their name in your mouth. That's it, and that's all. I'm not in you and Bam's beef. I ain't taking no sides.
We ain't got no beef. I'm saying that now. Me and that brother ain't got no beef. Let me clarify this too, Kev Mac. Let me interrupt you. I didn't even say make that t-shirt, this Bam show, the A-Yard. My t-shirt man came up with that idea. And I accepted it. Hey, check this out. That ain't directed at him, man. Hey, Goob, I ain't got nothing against you, brother. We ain't got no beef. We grown men. So I'm telling you, as a grown man, let's solve this. Let's stop doing this. I ain't no hater, man. I ain't a hater at nothing. Only thing I hate is liver, brother. That's the only thing I hate. That's too much energy to waste on somebody I ain't never loved. I don't do no hating. I don't subscribe to hateism, man.
Man. So if the conversation continues, if the position you are in continues, we both already said we not trying to engage in none of that shit. I mean, that's our disclaimer and our truth. So, I don't deal with that type of shit. That's why I was off the internet. That's why I come back smiling and shit. Like
I'm still smiling, man.
Man,
I'm gonna break my New Year's in good at my nephew country house, man, with my nieces and nephews. You feel me?
Hey man, we got to do better, man.
Say it again, Kev.
My thing for anybody in the audience, if you choose to stress, that's on you. You choose to get upset, that's on you. I used to get upset all the time. I'm an Aries. I'm hot-headed sometimes, but I always tell myself, what's it for? Like, nigga,
Yeah,
I don't need no migraine headaches, nigga. I don't need to be
yeah.
punching a pillow when I go to bed.
Excuse me right quick, Kev Mac.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. I don't do that shit, man. I mean, if that's what y'all like to do, I mean, that's cool for y'all. It ain't healthy. We already see everybody dying at 71, 72. Barbara Walters made it a little bit older than that, but man, I'm cool, man. I'm cool on all that shit. And I'm not taking nobody's side in all these YouTube beefs. This is a fucking YouTube beef. Ain't nobody punching on nobody. Ain't nobody kicking in nobody dough and taking nobody hostage. Ain't nobody robbing nobody for a kilo of cocaine. This ain't nothing but words. Words, misunderstanding, and jealousy. If y'all can't get past that, I don't know about your manhood. I really don't. I'd have to question it. But me personally, man, I've asked and I've asked and I've pleaded, and I'm not gonna plead no more. Just please leave my name out of these internet beefs. I'm not in that shit. I don't do no internet beefs. Like I said, if you come at me, I may just come back at you. But that ain't why we came on here, man. I just was shouting out.
Say it again, man.
Shouting out good, man. And me and Bam was just ending the year with y'all before Bam go kick it with his family. I've been with mine all day and all week. Man, it's a blessing to still be here in good health and with family.
Say it again, Kev Mac.
We all gotta make that mean something in our life.
Man, that's what I'm talking about, man.
And Little Caesar told me, let y'all know he's still trying to come on here one night, do the music, and do a raffle for y'all. So I'm gonna let y'all know about that.
Okay. But yeah, man, I'm on some positive shit, man. That's how I'm trying to enter my 2023. I'm on some positive shit. I'm gonna learn how to always maintain my composure. Cause I don't like that YouTube beef and shit either, man. That shit ain't cool, man. And this the cold part, man. I learned this from Sue Morning Scarby. Don't feed into something, because when you feed into it, you're giving this power. And I ain't trying to get bullshit power. You feel me? I ain't got to bite into that, man. Check this out, man. Don't hate on me because my record is immaculate.
Not immaculate, man.
Huh?
Watch this. Immaculate.
It's immaculate, man. Hey, watch this. I done made mistakes on my journey.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, Kev Mac. I done made some mistakes on my journey, right? But listen to me, man. When I sit up and tell you dudes like Cuse and Scorpion and Sumo and them, the dudes that I love, they guided me and gave me the right information when I was in prison, a lot of dudes might say something totally different about them brothers. You understand what I'm saying? But check this out, man. Can't no one person step to them. Only thing they can hear is that these dudes was with the business. So I was glad I followed within their footsteps, and I was glad they took time and had enough love and respect for me to guide me and give me the right game so I can survive in prison. I'm proud of having the name Little Scorpion. It means soldier. I'm a soldier. Simple as that. You understand what I'm saying? I still look up to a Scorpion. I respect any man that know how to get himself back down to court and get time, took off his case without to spend his own money at trying to get a lawyer. You understand what I'm saying? I never subscribe to hateism, man. That ain't in my nature, man. If I don't like you, I'm gonna tell you why I don't like you. Some dudes get caught in the weirdness, man. I'm not a weirdo, man. I done did weirdo things since I've been home that could have put me back in prison. I'm not trying to get caught up on YouTube, get caught up in my anger, and I say the wrong thing. It's a thing in California called 3 strikes. I'm not trying to get struck out behind a terrorist threat. I'm not trying to do that. When I'm telling you, feel what I'm saying? I'm sharper than that.
Me too. I'm conscious of that.
Yeah, you know, so and I got to start. Watch this, Kel, Mac. All the advice you and Melly Mill gave me, it ain't winning one and went out the other. One and went out the other. I got to learn how to apply that in my life. I wear my feelings on my sleeves, man. They call me, you get them on other channels, so he cry on YouTube. Hey, man, I'm a grown man. My daddy say grown men can cry, so I ain't got no problem with crying. I don't have a low self-esteem. I don't have no insecure issues. I'm past that, man. I'm past that. I talk about prison. Well, that's what people want to hear. But I'm hoping when I talk about prison, they can tell their kids or their nephews not to want to go to prison. That's just bam. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in a great position in my life, man. My family love me. It's a whole lot of dudes can't even go around their family. Their family only want to see them coming. When they see them coming, they double boat the dope. Well, my family don't do that. You understand what I'm saying? My family is, we doing what my mother taught us to do. Love each other and respect each other. You understand what I'm saying? I love it when my cousins and my nieces get at me and say, we can, ball game said, he say, man, I can see you happy. They can see it in my face that I'm happy. I'm just a happy camper, man. I love life, man. I finally learned how to love myself, so now I know how to appreciate life. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't, again, let me apologize to anybody that think I offended them on YouTube, man. But I'm going to speak my truth. If you come on my live and you bring up somebody I got love for, I'm going to defend that person. I got this from you. I'm the gatekeeper of Crippism. I'm going to represent Crippism on YouTube. You're not going to belittle what I've represented. I'm just a non-active gang member. I'm not out there with blue rags in my pocket. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to have some red shirts who watch this on it. And it ain't just to cater to the Damus. That's to cater to somebody that color is red. You understand what I'm saying? I don't cater to gang activity no more, man. And I don't just come out to play for fun. I come out to play for Crippism. But don't never think this is what's wrong with people on YouTube, man. They think because people didn't change that beast no longer exists. That beast is stored, man. And now that beast is tamed. That beast got to come out for a particular reason. And it's no particular reason right now what a man want to live the lifestyle that he used to live. Because watch this, Kev Mac. If I went out there right today when my girl come back from my niece and them house to come get me, right? And I was to kill somebody. You know the first thing I ended up doing when I ended up killing that dude? What? I start back smoking because I know where I'm finna go. I said, well, fuck it, I ain't got nothing to live for. Let me do everything negative in life. So I try not to live a negative life. You understand what I'm saying? When I was on the run for my house, that's what I was doing, right? I'm not ashamed of telling nobody I used to get high, man. I'm more proud of telling them I went to the rooms of recovery and got myself together. You understand what I'm saying? You get some dudes try to belittle what you say about your life. Well, I ain't ashamed about the things I did in my life. I got some regrets about some of the stuff I did, but I ain't ashamed, man. I had a ball in everything I ever did in life. I had a ball for becoming a Crip. I was, like I always said on the Kev Mac first interview, becoming a Crip was like having a big wheel. I wanted to be the next Raymond the Chicky and Mac Thomas and Salty. I wanted to be them next dudes. And I was trying to build a reputation for myself on that. And this is the cold part. I built a reputation for us being a solid keyway on the streets, putting in work. But watch this, man. Why is it that more Damus respect more Crips than Crips respect Crips?
Ain't that crazy?
Hey, you feel what I'm saying? Hey, man, I felt good when Knob told me to come through. Then he called me back to come over to a spot. And the Westside Parus that went to Centennial with me is over there, and Holatola Marvin there, and all of them is like, here, Bam, man, you out. I got an F hat. I had a brown F hat on. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't never pulled over there and took my hat off. This is me. I'm not on no gang shit, man. I'm on some respect shit. And people don't seem to get it, man. I found out the more cordial and respectful you are, the more doors can get opened up for you. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely, of course. You get doors closed on you when you negative all the time.
Yeah, so I'm learning, like, I don't feed into that, man. You know, I done had dudes tap into shows. Oh, y'all had it easy in prison. Y'all got TVs in prison. We ain't got Mexicans where we at. All right, cool. All right, do that make your prison or the prison I was at harder? No, man. No. But see, you asked me a question a long time ago. What is homage? and I want people to understand this, man. Pay homage to where Crip come from. Don't belittle Crips where it come from, because we're not trying to. You catching nobody from L.A. saying, "Oh, the Texas Crips or the dudes." I'm not just throwing nothing at Texas. I don't want nobody to say that. We're not belittling out-of-state gang members. I belittle grown men that start gang banging. Not belittle them. I just say, why would you want to start gang banging when you got grown? No, man, it's too late to become a gang member. We trying to not be gang members when we got grown. We done found out we no longer little boys, that we grown men. We parents and grandparents now. Watch this, man. Any dude that's active and got grandkids is doing his grandkids a disfavor, because they're gonna bury you. You're not trying to enjoy their life. You putting yourself in harm's way, but you can't enjoy their life of growing up. So don't do yourself like that. That's how Bam get in. You understand what I'm saying? I'm proud of myself. My nieces say, man, you can use the car and you can take my son someplace. See, my mother used to let me roll with my uncle, so my nieces let their kids roll with me. And that's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. And I ain't gonna never put no kid in harm's way. So people need to start understanding that, man. Check this out. What I used to do, I don't do no more, but I can easily start back doing it. I'm just not gonna give nobody no power over my life to make me want to do anything and put me in a situation where I can go to jail, man.
Hey, I'm laughing because this guy Robert Richards said nobody loved him, so he turned to gangs. I responded by saying someone in prison would love you. Now, the reason why I made that comment was because I knew it was going to throw some of y'all off. Y'all don't know what I meant by that. So I'm going to leave it up to y'all to determine what I mean by that.
And watch this, Kev Mac. When you told him that, I like what you said. The question he threw at you, watch this, man. This my truth with the generation I grew up on. None of my homies came from a broken home, man. We didn't join Front Hood or become from 60s or Hoover or East Coast because we came from a broken home. This is just the community we grew up in, and we want to protect our community. It just so happened the title being Crips on it. It just so happened it might be a Damu title on it. We didn't join gangs. Watch this, man. We didn't join gangs. I didn't join no gang because, man, I came up like a Black Brady bunch. My mother and father had 6 kids. We lived in a 4-bedroom house. I don't know what it tastes like to eat a mayonnaise sandwich. I ain't never ate a mayonnaise sandwich in prison. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes I think people be putting 100 on there when they say that. Watch this, Kel Mac. I'm like you, man. I ain't never knew what a chop rami was, so I went to jail. My mom didn't have chop ramis in the house. We ate hot meals, man.
Right.
Sometimes on Fridays when they got paid, it might be fish. We might get that fish fry. Or we might go to Funky Mama's on the east side to get that sweet red hamburger. You understand what I'm saying? And when McDonald's got built, what kid didn't want to go to McDonald's, man?
Woo!
Listen to me. What kid didn't want to go to McDonald's from Golden Birds, Front Earth? What kid didn't want to go to Golden Birds? They prefer fast food than the parents' food. So I grew up in a normal household. My daddy gambled, man. My dad, watch this, man. My daddy used to gamble, right? Get paid on Fridays. If my daddy didn't come on Saturday when he got paid, we knew my daddy might be losing that money. So when he showed up at home, he knew in order to come back home, he had to have that paycheck plus some more money. And he came home with the paycheck and some more money. So watch this, man. I learned from my daddy how to take care of my woman and how to be a father. And I don't even have biological kids, man. I did not start gangbanging because I came from a broken home. Everybody in my family, listen to me. You think I'm lying, Kel Mac? Everybody in my family that had a father at home, at least one of the kids got a prison number. But everybody in my family didn't have a daddy at home, didn't go to prison. Say, so, man, you was lucky you didn't get caught, and I just got caught. That's how that game go. You feel me?
Man.
Listen to me, man. Watch this. I'm always try to keep it 100 with people, man. I came from a hell of a household. Listen to me, Kel Mac. I grew up in Compton, man. I used to go swimming at Sportsman Park. Used to go to Sock House at Roosevelt Park. Used to go to workshop. I never had a problem. Yeah, we had problems when them problems be presented. Because sometimes that's why we going. But I never had a problem going swimming or going to a dance at Sportsman Park. Even when Bethune Park was bloods, I used to go skating at Bethune Park. Never had a problem. Because sometimes you go places to gang bang, and sometimes you go into places just to enjoy yourself and to bust a fresh female in your business.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's what people don't watch this, man. So I was in jail when Fat Burgers and all that was popping. But watch this, man. If you wasn't nobody, you couldn't just pull up and fight burgers. If you wasn't nobody, you couldn't just pull up. When I hear dudes talk about roll on wheels, check this out. I experienced the roll on wheel, gambling in front of the bank and all that. Check this out, man. I wasn't going up there to gang bang. I'm going to get me some money and hope I can bust somebody in schoolyard hood or bust one of the 60s homegirls that's up in that skating ring that night. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't going to gang bang. I'm going to have some fun. I want to experience what I was hearing about in prison. Let me go to the skate depot to roll on wheels. My little sister that's resting in peace used to go to roll on wheels on oldies. She said, this is the one you need to go to. The bangers don't be there. I'm a banger. I want to go where the bangers at. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a banger, man. Listen, Chip, I'm at the Players' Choice one night. My father and mother was part of the Players' Choice Social Club. My father played baseball with them and everything. Long line at the Players' Choice Club. The girls see me and my sister, say, oh, that's Double O and Minnie's son and daughter. Let us right up in there. We ain't got to pay. I'm up in there on them Long Island iced teas. It's time to go. They got me on drunk. I ain't know them Long Island teas can get you drunk, right, Kev Mac? As soon as my sister leave, I ain't never got into it, no Carvers with front hood and Carvers speed. A Carver dude say, man, where you from? I'm like, man, I'm from front hood. But it's really the alcohol talking. I'd have told him I was front hood if I'd have been sober. But I was too aggressive when I said it. And now they want to get up on me. One of them, the third dude come out. He said, no, man, it's big brother. Y'all was telling me that was it. I say, ain't this nothing? You feel me? I never went outside of any place I went and had fun at, man. I never got caught up in beefs with people. Now, when I was a kid, I did that. But when I started doing things as a grown man, watch this, Melly, me no Kev Mac. I ain't got to roll with 100 front hoods to go have me no fun. I can go have fun by myself. If you already know from being from the 60s in front hood, wherever you go, if it's a gang member there and he know about the 60s in front hood, he gonna know who we are. He ain't worried about us and we ain't worried about him. We might be trying to go competing and trying to get the same broad at this night. And if I see Kev Mac popping at a broad, I don't want to pop at her. That's you right there, man. Do you? Did you win? That's all I can say. But these dudes, today's society is totally different, man. Everybody trying to emulate everybody. Every hood gonna always want somebody to be who they are. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how the gang go, man. That's how I look at it, man. Bottom line, man. You know what I mean? Bottom line, man. I got to chap up out of it, man. It's almost 10 o'clock, Kev Mac.
All right, go on, man. Enjoy your family and Happy New Year.
Hey, watch this. This little girl still out here. My little great niece is a bundle of joy, man. That girl's 6 months years old. She's a bundle of joy. I thought she was sleeping. That little girl, watch this. I'm going to go over there and be kissing her on the cheeks, and she's just going to smile. But the next time she throw that white stuff up on my shirt, me and her going to have a problem. I'm going to take a pacifier and everything. Y'all have a good night, man. Happy New Year's to everybody, man. Break it in a positive way. Look at Kev Mac, much respect. And I got this shirt, man. I'm holding on to that shirt.
All right. Okay. All right, for sure. All right, bro.
All right.
Man, you know, I got to do a show, man, maybe tomorrow or something. Because KP mentioned something about this a little bit. Cartoon mentioned a little bit something about this, but Bam right out said this, and Cute's right out said this. So I wanna like debate the OGs without having a debate, but they think you couldn't gangbang and hustle at the same time. I totally disagree, and I think anybody from my era would feel the same way. Now, what I would say is probably you couldn't be the best hustler. You couldn't be a kingpin and gangbang too. I wasn't a kingpin. I wouldn't know. But, man, we came up getting both. You got to look at it like this. And I don't want to give too much because I want to go live and do this another day. But if you gangbang for at least half or more of the 80s, crack came out for almost all of the 80s. So you had to choose between crack or khakis? Hell no. Motherfuckers did both. You had the Whitey Enterprises. You had the Third World, right? You had you had actual gang members, reputable gang members that caught homicides while they was having money, while they was getting money. Gangbangers and jackers was robbing dope dealers and gangbanging. I mean, that's what we did. So I gotta kind of call out the OGs on that. Y'all gonna quit using your age like y'all get to set limits on what gangbanging was about. Now y'all started the shit. Y'all damn sure didn't finish the shit. And you miss most of it. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. In 83, and gangbanging was off the hook in 83 in LA. I mean, that shit kicked off from January 79 in South Central. And man, and I'm just talking about Crip on Crip. I'm not even talking about Crip on Blood Wars, right? But man, come on, man. Every hood had the hottest block. You know what I'm saying? The Avalons had hot spots, the 60s, the Four Trays, the Five Deuces, the Hoovers. Everybody had a block where everybody was getting money. The Jungles and Dimmer Lanes. You getting money, right? You don't just go there to get some money and you don't gangbang. And you don't go be with the hustlers and you just gangbanging. Y'all all from the same set. If somebody come through, you got to get off. Or they going to get off on you. They're not going to look and say, are you getting money or you gangbang? Wait, hold up. I see you got your team hat on. Do you gangbang or do you hustle? Are you on the block just to hustle? Or are you out here gangbang? No, they don't do that. They don't do that. So I'm going to have to give a little, I'm not going to say lesson, but I got to give my spiel on that. Maybe tomorrow I'll do that, though. I know KP had mentioned a couple times that he quit gangbanging to get money. He quit gangbanging and became a hustler, low rider, stuff like that. Well, we didn't quit. We did both. So I want to make that clear to the OGs that be trying to set precedent, like, because that shit kind of rubbed me the wrong way, man. Yeah, when you say things like that, you got to say in our era, in my era, or my generation, right? Especially like, see, Q's always gets a pass because Q's missed the 80s. Q's don't know what it was like in the 80s to do both or one or the other. He was gone. He gang banged in prison. Right? Yeah, no questions asked. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm talking about the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s. Man, in the early to mid 80s, everybody was trying to get their chip. That's what I'm saying, Pharaoh. Like Latham. We talking, this is an East Side guy, East Side, South Central. Absolutely everybody was trying to get their chips, man. Motherfucker go sell 9 ounces, 18 ounces, and then go get his gangbang on, or vice versa. But again, like I'm saying, probably if you concentrate on just hustling, you probably could have became a kingpin or a queenpin. But when you're doing both, you was only gonna get so much money. And it's always kind of weird for the guy getting money to go do some shooting and get caught, or do a killing and get caught. Now you're in prison. Now you don't have them fancy cars, fancy jewelry, and all the women no more. But some people didn't give a damn at all. Still went out and put in work. But so I'm gonna talk about that probably next live. So Shaniqua, what up, homegirl? How you doing? Happy New Year. But usually you have to be from the hood to slang. Not always, with some exceptions, correct. Depending on how that gang act. And not just how the gang operated, but your friendships. You know, did you grow up with the people from the hood? Did you grow up in the hood? Or did you just move to the hood? Now you think you're going to get some money out there. That's a no-go. Like you can't move into somebody's projects and just start getting money. Like it got to be some foundation for you to be over there and be able to hustle. Like you have to come from over there, or your family come from over there, right? And it's still gonna be an issue. You're gonna get cocktailed probably, car set on fire probably, get robbed or pay some rent, right? Or like Keystone, you, you just gonna have to accept all fades, take it how it comes. Even Keystone said, sometimes it get too hot in the kitchen, time to go. Like he can't stay in the bounty hunters too long. He can't stay in Nickerson Gardens too long. He got to go. You know how it go. Some of the hardest bangers from Swans and East Coast was out there getting their slang on. I know all of them personally. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, you set them out full already. Absolutely, though. I mean, I could throw some names out there, some of the homies from the hood that caught hot ones when they was getting money, but I'm not going to do that. Right, absolutely. You're going to go through something. Absolutely. Happy New Year, my brother. Happy New Year, another East Side guy from the other side. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Man, I just feel like this is gonna be a great new year, man. You know, I could be negative. I could say some negative things, but I feel good about the new year, man. I feel real positive about 2023. Bring money in the hood from La Puente, Whittier, Riverside. Let me see, La Puente. Where was he from, though? La Puente. Damn, I don't remember what city he was in. Was it El Monte? A square couldn't be out there on the street slanging. He would get ganked for his package. Crystal been extorting since 2021. But don't do Crystal like that. We being nice to Miss Crystal for the rest of this year. Run them likes up, y'all. Hacienda Heights M. What that mean? Let me see if I could get somebody else to come on here real quick. I'm getting all these Happy New Year texts from homies. All right. American Negro. What up? What up? What up? Michelle. Skunk Dog. G Mac. Kev. I ain't seen you since the Eagles lost. Really? Well, it's nothing personal. Cowboys got action at first place, though. I thought about that. I thought about y'all, and I said, boy, they would love for the Cowboys to tie the Eagles to win that division. Boy, y'all would love that. So y'all can say I ate crow, right? AG was both back in the days until Jamel went crip. What if you were a good negotiator? Kev couple, get good. Of the PT homies used to mess with you. Kev, you funny. I'm funny. I wasn't trying to be funny though. But man, I sure hope the Eagles don't lose that division. I don't care if they lose the playoffs, just don't lose the division. TCU. Man, I feel sorry for all you Michigan Wolverine fans up in here talking about I hate Michigan. I told you about Harbaugh, man. Harbaugh, Harbaugh, Harbaugh. I don't even have to repeat it. All you need to hear is Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh, right? Who won the Georgia Ohio State game? Shaniqua robbed me for £2. Sir, Uncle Buck, ain't nobody robbed you for nothing. Any resolutions for 2023? Nah, I don't set New Year's resolutions. Here go my homeboy. What up? What up, pretty boy?
What's going on, Kev?
Man, I'm chilling. What you got, a robe on with a Halloween hat?
No, this ain't no Halloween hat. This is one of my hats. Shit.
That's the way you was leaning back.
Oh, yeah, it's one of my hats. What's going on, man?
Now you
Yeah.
been?
Happy New Year, homie.
Same to you.
Yeah, shit. Yeah. I'm just listening to all the fireworks and all the bullshit outside in the rain. I don't know how they popping firecrackers in the rain. When they got waterproof wicks and shit on this. Yeah, shit.
It ain't raining out here.
Yo,
Fireworks went off early out here.
oh yeah, well I'm waiting for 2 more hours.
Yep.
Shit. Like they say, fireworks and gunshots. The world may never know.
Oh
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's going on, man?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just saying Happy New Year to a few people tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, shit. Hadn't seen you on here for a minute.
Yeah, that's
You
what they
know?
was just teasing me. But sometimes you gotta let the haters and the weirdos pull their hair out, because then they can't watch you and monitor you. So
Yeah.
it was good for me to give my head a rest and spend time with my family, man.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, man. Shit. Yeah, we're gonna see how 2023 gonna come in, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The good thing is another new year for you on the street.
Hell yeah. You know? And yeah, I've been hollering at a few homies and shit, that's down. I'm hoping they get some type of action and shit next year. But damn, I hope so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, pretty boy. Somebody said, "Man, bust out your guitar and play a song for us."
No, this ain't the time for no music.
Bring
It's the
in the
time for
new year.
relaxation.
Exactly.
You
Oh,
know,
pretty boy. What pen was that where y'all was jamming on the yard in your video?
that was DVI and Tracy. Yeah, that
Well,
was DVI Tracy.
you had the perm kicking, boy.
Yeah, hey, that's them quarter rollers in that ladder body. You know what I'm saying? And the magnetic quarter rollers.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, that was back in the days when you had it hooked up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I've been talking to a few homies and shit, They hit me up, let me know what's going on and that they cool, like the homie Horse and Lunatic, you know. So they still they still doing their thing.
Yeah, I
You
heard
know.
Lunatic got action. Hey, Sam said, what year was that video?
That was between because it was a couple of them, so it was like the ones that you see on YouTube, those are 1990, 1991. Yeah, that was like 1991, you know. But see, we had like 10 bands there, right? I think we had 11. So each race had a band to cater to each race's music. You know how you had the Mexican band, white boy band, country band, the rock band, the salsa band, the R&B band, which was us. You had who else? Shit, man, it was all types. Everybody had a band up there. So and so our band, shit, man, by right, what I'm saying, we always took first place. Everybody liked our music, because we had our shit organized, but it was cool though, it was just something to do, keep our minds together, you know. But you know, every time we had a show, it wasn't no drama on the yard. Everybody was cool and stuff. And then sometimes when we had them shows, right, we had barbecues on the yard. You know, and I know they stopped that a long time ago. I remember when we had them shows on the yard, they had the barbecue pits, you know, fruit, sodas, hot dogs, burgers. I mean, everything straight off the grill, right? And you had no drama that day when we had them shows, you know.
Hey,
but that was
did your
cool.
band have a name?
Yeah. It was called We Funk. Yeah, We Funk, cause we funked it up, you know. Yeah, but you know, everybody's out of that. That was in that band.
They out.
They out except for that keyboard player, right? We don't know where yet. I think he was from back east. I was trying to locate him on Facebook, but I don't know where yet, man. You know, I don't know where he could be. So, you know, but he was a good keyboard player. I wish I could locate him for some music, but it is what it is. But everybody else, oh yeah, we out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
What's
Hey,
up,
what's
KP?
up? It's all good, man. I was listening to your brother there. Hey, what's up? What's up, pretty boy? What's shaking, bro?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Oh, man, I was listening to you talking about that music, man. I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, doing all right. Sound like a winner to me. Happy New Year to y'all.
Yeah. Happy New Year to you too.
Same to you. What you got up tomorrow, KP?
Man, I'm just gonna be chilling, eating some food, and watching some football on TV. That's gonna be about it.
Absolutely.
You know,
You
know, I ain't gonna be doing too much, man. I'm just trying to stay out the way, man. You know, that's what I'm about right now, man. You know, there's too much going on. I'm hearing all kind of pops and booms and pows out here around the crib. Right, they've been on it since 6 o'clock tonight.
That's what I was just telling them. They got started early out here. It was some heavy artillery too.
Yeah.
Hey, pretty boy, they say you was on your Earth, Wind, and Fire look.
Yeah, but they was cracking back then, though. You know.
Yeah, they still getting it on. They got a residency here in Vegas, man. They play all the time, all year round.
Yeah, see, back then we was doing a lot of R&B, right? You know, like we would try to get all the songs that came out for that year or the past year or oldies, and then sometimes we would do our own stuff. We would write up our own music, you know. Yeah, we would write up our own music, you know, which was cool, you know. But we gave them something different. But besides that, yeah, them dudes was trying to listen to them that R&B, you know, because I mean, when you in there, right, it's not like you got bands coming to the street in there to listen to, you know, so everybody can listen to them. So we kind of give them some quality inmate entertainment, you know.
Yeah, everybody like black music, man. Everybody love. I mean, you can't just even with the lowrider culture, you can't go. I don't care where you at. If you're on the east side, whether you going down Whittier Boulevard or whether you're in Watson, Compton, you're gonna hear R&B on the radio coming through that music, in them lowriders, man.
Oh yeah,
all the way back to the oldies, man. You know, the Delphonic stylistics and all that. You're gonna still hear all that.
Yeah, we did all that when we was in the band in the joint. Yeah, we did the Moments, Delphonics. We did all the oldie stuff, and then you know we mixed it up because, like I said, we used to have talent shows, and they used to video. Here's the thing about back then in the joint: you have more educational programs in the joint, not like they have now. They just shove you in like a can of sardines and just tell you to make it the best way you can. Back then, we had educational programs, especially a Tracy DBI. And we had the bands up there. When we was there, I talked them into letting them. I said, look, man, a lot of us ain't going home. So can you videotape? Let us start videotaping our shows and let us send the videos to our parents because we might pass away. So he said that was a good idea. So we in the start, we did like I think we did about 9 videos. You know, we did about 9 videos, right? And they let us send them home. But we came home though. So when I came home, all my videos was in a box. After my mom's passed, they was in a closet. So I took them out just like brand new. So I started playing them. But see, back then, we did shows like probably once a month. Sometimes we'd do it twice a month. You know what I'm saying? But it kept the crowd or the prison, you know, everybody was something to look forward to, you know, something different. Instead of just coming out there playing basketball and horseshoes and stuff like that. And so when the bands came out there, oh man, now Tracy mind you, Tracy was 1 yard, 5,000 people on 1 yard. There wasn't no different yards. So when you had a concert out there, it was people out there. You know, I mean, it was a crowd. So everybody looked forward to that. That was something, you know, that's entertainment. We had
you think that kind of kept things mellow?
It did, because everybody looked forward to them shows. Mm-hmm. You know, we had a talent show one time, and I get a lot. I got the video from that talent show. I wanted to put it on YouTube, but let me tell you something. You had some dudes made straight asses out themselves. But that's what you know, for a talent show. You know, you had some dudes, right, that shouldn't have been singing. You know, but I kept that tape. So one day I might just put it on YouTube, but it was really funny.
Okay, I gotta ask a question about the talent show.
Yeah.
Did any essays get up there and pop lock?
No, they was trying to sing oldies.
Oh, okay.
They was trying to sing oldies. Let me tell you something. A prison crowd for a talent show is hard to please. Them dudes was worse than Simon Cowell. Because when you screwed up in there, it wasn't like, you know, you the worst act ever. They start throwing cookies and apples at you and made you get off that stage. Damn. Man, it was bad. So if you got up there and said, hit one wrong note, or you look like you was scared, or you had fear in you, and you better not try to get up there talking about, let me explain myself. Look, man, it's my first time up here. Just give me a chance. That's when you screwed up.
Oh man, you might as well be at the Apollo, huh?
Yeah, because it went all bad. And so now you're trying to duck these prison rotten apples and these hard ass cookies flying at you on the stage. So if you made it through one whole song, you was good. Man, if you made it through one whole song, you was good.
Cat might be trying to store box them cookies and apples, man. Shit.
No, look, they brought bags. They brought bags of cookies in there and apples in there for that reason. So they wasn't gonna be eaten afterwards. They brought them in there for that reason. You know, just to bust you in your head.
Somebody said you'd be running like Choir Boy in 5 Heartbeats.
Yeah, Choir Boy ran off the stage, but he came back though at the end. Yeah, that's all you needed was Sandman Sims out there with the hook.
No, but we did have a guy out there. We did have a guy. We did have a guy out there, right? Mm-hmm. And they gonged you. But see, it almost turned into a race thing, right? Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Hold on.
You all right?
Speak. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still there. Yeah.
Pretty boy getting gray up there, man.
Hold on.
He looking like
you got a little ways to go to catch up with me, though, man.
Audio.
Shit, my shit ain't gray. It's almost white.
Pretty boy got a black mustache and gray hair. What's going on?
Yeah. Hey, just a minute or something else.
Man, don't even get me talking about that shit.
Minutes.
I tried that shit, man. That shit had my whole face burning on fire. I never put that shit on my face again.
I'm glad I ain't got to use that shit yet.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, man. I figured I'd break out my chain gang hat, man, since you was over there with your LA hat on.
Oh, that's a chain gang hat?
Yeah, this is one we used to wear back in the day.
Yeah, that Bluetooth was going out. I had to take it out of my ear.
Hey man, can you believe KP talking about that's a chain gang hat? I thought that was an NBA referee hat.
Nah, it's a chain gang hat. Back in the day. Choo Choo Charlie, man. It's a chain gang hat.
Chain gang.
Yeah. Yep. We used to wear these hats in the green jackets. Green jackets and the sometime those B-15, the blue B-15 jackets with the fur on the collar.
You're talking about the bomber coats.
Yeah, the bomber jackets, yeah.
And then if you was back then in a gang, you had a bomber coat.
Oh yeah.
I don't know nobody that didn't have a bomber coat. And if you had one and you wasn't affiliated, you might have lost it that same day at school. I'm telling you some real stuff. I mean, they came in with a fresh bomber coat straight from the Western surplus.
Yep, that's the place.
And you wasn't hooked up, losing that coat.
Yeah, you about to lose it.
Matter of fact, I was explaining that today to somebody. Somebody was asking me about the dress code, right? Back in the 70s, right? And I said, look, man, I said gang members went from Levi's suits, derbies, cap toe biscuits, derbies with the match sticks on the side, then bomber coats, then the Levi's with the cuff turned on the outside. We could put our cake cutter in there. Then we switched. See, it's a trip how the gang dress evolved. And then all of a sudden, it came with the leather coats. You had that's when they was taking leather coats. And you better not have a plastic or pleather leather coat. Nobody even want no plastic. And you gotta look real as leather as possible. But
yeah, that was downtown, man, on 7th in Los Angeles, where they had all the leather coats, the waistlines.
Yeah, if you wasn't nobody, you was losing that leather coat. Then you had your rabbit fur gloves, you had your bandana, and then they turned around. Now it eased into the khaki suit and the Pendleton. That's enough. It eased into that. So then you had the whole khaki suit starched up. Then you had the apple hats that we called Dutch boys back then, with the 50 hair nets under there to make it look like you got a perm. Then you have the Godfather hats that they came back again. Then all of a sudden, the golf hats, the felt golf hats with the balls on the front of it, that made it in the style.
Yeah.
Then you had the Wallabies, then you had the Croker sacks.
Yeah.
Guys were still wearing the cap toe Stacy's.
Yeah, y'all, you had to have some biscuits, man.
Oh yeah, you had to have some biscuits.
That's where most fights started, over them biscuits.
Over them biscuits, because you got some dudes that they didn't want to respect that cap on that toe. They'll step on it and look down at it like, oh, sorry. Hold up, dude. Sorry. Don't just bought these.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna have to take this ass whooping that go with that. Because dude, you had a hard caliber of gang members back then, both sides, Bloods and Crips. That's why I used to tell dudes, you had some Bloods that was hard back then. You had some Crips that was hard, but it was a hell of a caliber. You had names back then they could remember. Now your name is only good as far as the crime you commit. Because once you gone, they're gonna say, you remember that dude that used to be with the hood? Yeah, what was his name? They get to snapping their fingers. His name was, I don't know what his name, but anyway, he got life. See, that's how it is now, because it's too many gang members.
Right. I think the reputation thing meant something different back in the day.
It did.
Because if you had a rep back in the day, that meant stay away from that motherfucker, because that's a dangerous motherfucker.
Yeah.
But nowadays, to the young cats, it's like if somebody got a rep, they want to try to kill that person so they can get a rep.
Yeah. But see,
it's different. It's just a different caliber.
Yeah, but what they don't understand is, here's the thing, right? Back then in the 70s, right? If you did something, the majority of dudes kept their mouth shut.
So you didn't. A lot of dudes didn't fear doing something because they knew they wasn't going to go to jail unless there's some, an innocent bystander or civilian seeing you and say, "Yeah, I seen him do it." Yeah. The other gang member, he wasn't going to say nothing. Why? He wanted you to be out of jail so he can get some revenge.
Right.
Matter of fact, he didn't even want you to go to jail.
Yeah, but don't forget this though. When we was, I was out there in 71. I started like in 71 in LA. But the thing about it is, you had most of us was juvenile, so we wasn't gonna get no real long time. No way, because the laws back in them days, they wasn't trying no juveniles as adults and all that shit.
Yeah, I know.
By the time you turn 18? Yeah. 18 was 18 or 20 when they was letting you out. They would let you out even if you had a murder. They was letting you out.
Yeah, it was at when you turned 21, I believe.
21 was it 21? Okay. Yeah.
Well, so they switched it to 25. If you made it to 25 and you maxed out at the age of 25, you was let out. That's if you went in as a juvenile with a murder. Yeah. So. That's how it went.
But now they got juveniles in there. Shit, man. They trying them as adults. They in there doing life.
Yeah,
teenagers doing life.
Yeah, they
remember my homeboy KB to come on here. Dude killed both his daughters, burnt them up after he killed them. Wow. And dude got like 5 years.
What?
Yeah.
Man.
He get out of YA when he like 23.
Oh, he was a juvenile when he went in. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That new, what is that? Pretty boy, the governor out there, or what? Gaston?
Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
Governor Newsom. Yeah.
He ain't. He's letting dudes get away with murder, literally.
Man, let me tell you something. If it wasn't for Brown, a lot of the lifers that went in the early '80s, man, we'd be still in there.
I tell people that all the time.
Man, if it wasn't for Brown coming in at that time, the first big wave of lifers that came in like the late 70s, early 80s, they'd be still in there. Mm-hmm. They gave because in I remember what they did. They switched the law. First, they tried to make it to like if you was the age of 18 on down. Then they turned around and the following year and turned around and said the age of 22 on down. See, and I fit the 22. So, but the catch is you shouldn't have no what they call it any write-ups for 3 years. That was the catch. They always got to catch something. So if you didn't have no write-up for 3 years and you was 22 on down and you had that life sentence and you served more than 25 years, they gave you a break. See, some dudes didn't know that was coming and ended up getting a gang of write-ups and didn't make it. So, I always tell dudes, man, and the way they give life out now, see, here's the cold part about a life sentence now. When you get life now, right, it's not like when our crew came in, the first wave of homies from both sides came in, they had 15 to 25 lifers fresh. So a lot of people don't notice they had day for lifers. They was getting day for day, but in 1989, somebody said, hold up, it wasn't the legislator's intent to give lifers day for day. So they took it back. The court said, hold up, if you're going to take that back, they're going to get all that day for day they earned up until you took it back. So that made everybody's board date get closer. But then here come Pete Wilson with his BS. He comes in there and said no lifers are leaving, only in the pine box. So that's what made the lifer population explode in prison, because you had 8 years of this fool. Then you had that other buster come in. What's his name? With the white hair, looked like Dracula. Everybody in the forgot all about him because he got ran out of office. Anyway, he came in and didn't stay in long because he got booted out of office. But he tried to pull the same thing. So a lot other lifers got piled up in prison. So it got to the point, it was so many lifers in prison that they couldn't be contained on a level 4 or level 3. So that's when they start opening up the level 2s and for lifers. because they said, oh no, we don't care about your status, your crime status, your you only can be on a level 3 yard, you can go to a 2. See, they thought that was going to ease up the lifer situation. It wasn't, because they was constantly coming in from the county jail. So now they have to do something. We got to get rid of these first wave of lifers, because they costing us medically, and it was costing them medically, because you had a lot of dudes in there that probably they had B numbers. I mean, B numbers. I seen like one A number in there.
Yeah, you got to thank Bill Clinton for creating that damn 3 strikes law.
Yeah,
that was his bullshit.
Was it him or Pete Wilson?
It was Bill Clinton was the one that created the law.
Yeah, I know Pete Wilson forced it. He
enforced it in California.
Yeah,
California, the state of Oregon and the state of California. Go ahead. Yeah, Bill Clinton's federal, but I'm saying each state interpreted it different, because the state of California and the state of Oregon, in Oregon is 3 hard felonies: murder, rape, and on things on that nature. But in California, it was just any 3 felonies. And that shit didn't make no sense. It make no sense.
But let me say something that nobody never wants to admit or talk about. That was on the ballot.
It was.
Motherfuckers out here in the free world that voted for that 3 strikes.
Right, asshole.
They made people look so much like they villainized everybody. That was the whole thing. Don't forget that was following behind the war on drugs. They was constantly showing crack on TV. They was constantly showing, all this negativity that was going on with the drug situation. Yeah. But at the same time, Bill Barr, the same cat that was involved with asshole Trump over there, he was the one that came before Congress in order to create private penitentiaries nationwide, for-profit penitentiaries nationwide. So when the Senate passed that and they started opening up all these for-profit penitentiaries became a bigger business than what it was. It's like you used to be able to get a box from your family. Now you have to buy the box from the penitentiary.
Ain't that crazy?
So it's like it's a business. It ain't like, every head counted person they got in there, they making money off of that head.
Yeah.
They make big money. So
look, let me tell you something about the 3 strikes. See, when they first started pushing that on the ballot, right? Like they do always, they try to wait for a crazy ass crime to happen that involves a child. They always wait for it. And then when that Polly Claus, a girl got killed, Pete Wilson jumped on it. He jumped on it. He said, I got him now. Now I'm gonna make these suckers go for this ballot and make them cry and make it believe like crime is rampant. A girl needs justice, and they passed it. And then, as usual, how they do, they lie about it, say, oh no, it's just only gonna be 3 strikes for that. Soon as they got it passed, it went for everything.
Everything.
To stealing a cola. You know what I'm saying? It went for everything. But see, this is how legislators get society. They play on a weakness. And if you can get 100,000 weak-minded people and then make up a crazy ass name for a crime, then put a bill up, and you got to catch them while they still crying, while they still scared, they'll vote for it until it happens.
They use that fear. They use that fear every time.
Now, I absolutely agree with that, but I'm gonna put a stipulation on there. Us black people, and just think that was in 1993 or 94 when it came in 94. Now check this out. We're getting ready to hit 2023. That's 27 years ago. You still got black people in California talking about voting don't count. So a lot of our people didn't even vote for our people that was in prison serving 3 strikes, or our family members that already had 2 strikes.
A lot of people, black people, voted for 3 strikes.
I'm gonna tell you something.
And then they try to say they got tricked. Okay, when it was on the bill again, and you still didn't get it voted down.
Like I said, you see what you just said? They got tricked because they sat up there and let them tell them one thing, And they say, "Oh, that's good, that's good, that's good." They start clapping their hands, praising God. Yeah, that's what we need. And then as soon as they passed it, and they start putting in a gang of people for every and anything, now you're gonna say that's not what we voted for. But guess what? It's too late.
Yeah.
Right.
It's too late.
Right.
You know. So this is. I'm gonna give you another cold example. And if nobody can't figure this out, damn. The gun laws they doing now. They passing these gun laws, and then here they come with this assault weapon. Assault weapon is a made up word somebody made up back in, was it 94 or 89? One of them to scare the public. If you keep saying assault weapon and somebody say this, they scared.
Right.
Every time you look on the news and they say he used the AR style,
right.
That's just like if the 38 revolver was the choice of weapon to everybody, they said he used a 38 style. Right. See, what they want to do, they want to keep the AR-15 in your mind. So every time somebody do a shooting, they say AR style weapon, AR-15 style weapon. It could have been a BB gun, AR-15 style BB gun. Because they're trying to keep that in your head. So now, just like Canada, they went so far as to say, y'all can't have no more handguns. Because they want to show the rest of the world that we're going to be the first ones to get stiff and get stringent on this gun law. And guess what they did the other day? And I seen this coming. They turned around and said, you know what? We need to ban some hunting rifles. I told somebody, I said, y'all don't see this shit, huh? Y'all don't see this coming. I said, y'all ban their handguns. Now you turn around and say, now we need to ban some hunting rifles. I told everybody, they come to try to get us back down to a double barrel shotgun and a 5-shot revolver. They want this to be like the old days. See, because I'll tell you why. See, Biden keep on hollering about there's no place for semi-automatic weapons on the street. But yet, if you can pass this bill, you will let the police keep them and you will let y'all keep them.
Right. See, every time I see somebody turning their guns in for a Walmart gift card, man, that shit is really, really fucked up because they're only doing it in the hood. They're not going in the white neighborhood trying to get their guns back.
Because that's all you see is in the hood. I ain't never seen them do a turn-in gun in Beverly Hills.
No, they ain't gonna do it. No, they're keeping their gun. But I'm gonna tell you one more thing I want to talk about real quick. That was a situation that was going on with the 3 strikes. Now they got a new thing that they're sweeping cross country, and they just hit some young cats in LA with it last week with the RICO Act.
Oh yeah, they're
using
back up again.
Cross country.
Yeah,
cross country.
And you know the cool part about it? RICO been out since the 1920s.
Yeah, that's an old law.
It's an old law.
They bringing it back.
Go ahead.
Let me say this. Old girl that used to come on here, Crip Crazy, the rapper from Linwood, man, they just hit her with that.
With the RICO?
The paperwork.
Because it's easy to do. All they have to do is say your name, put your name on the list with 20 other guys' names on the list, and that's your RICO, whether you done something or not. So it's like they don't even have to have no evidence that all you have to do is be an associate of that person, of somebody. Crazy. You can have one guy that's out there going wild, and they can add 20 more guys to that one dude that all live in the same neighborhood. Now all you cats is under the RICO.
Yeah,
that's how easy it is. And you have to fight it and fight your way out of the RICO.
Yeah.
And you know what's going to happen? They try to come at each other. They come at the cats, man. They try to find the weak link. And that weak link will sit up there and make up some shit just to get himself out of it.
Save his ass.
Now everybody's going down. Except for him, because he's going to get under witness protection program somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy, man.
See, that's the thing about these laws. I keep telling everybody to wake up. Because you see what they did in Illinois, right? I should say you should see what they're trying to pass in Illinois. They got a list with 100 different semi-automatic weapons on there. I asked a group of people that I knew. I said, "What's the difference between a ban on semi-automatic weapons and a ban on semi-automatic rifles?" None of them couldn't answer it. One youngster answered it. He said, "A ban on semi-automatic rifles means that rifle. Ban on semi-automatic weapons mean any weapon that's semi-automatic." So I be damned, in Illinois, they turn around and have a list. You can go online and look at it. They got a list of every semi-automatic automatic shotgun, rifle is going to be banned if the law passed. But guess what they said you can have though? They said they won't ban a revolver or or bolt action or a pump shotgun. So you know what that brings everybody back to? The Western days. See, they basically saying we're not going to take all your guns. We're just going to say you can't have these guns, but you can have this one right here that you one time.
Right.
You know? See,
well, California, if California has had what, the 10 bullet limit?
Yeah.
The 10 bullet limit on guns and
he wanted to get
for the longest.
8 rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll be down to 6 in a minute, but
no,
I mean, you know, Nevada doesn't have a limit. You can have a 100-round magazine or whatever, but
yeah, I know
it doesn't. You know, when you start looking at these different states now, Chicago, which is where I'm from, that particular state, well, it was they just recently came up with because they had so many restrictions in the city of Chicago that you had to leave out of the city of Chicago to even buy a gun.
Yeah,
for the longest. So they just opened that back up within the last few years. Now they got the thing where you can go down and you can get your CCW, your concealed carry there. And the court people was going in there like crazy, man, getting CCWs.
Yeah.
So they got scared now. They scared. It's like, well, wait a minute. We didn't think this many people was going to come forward and get a CCW.
Yeah.
So that's racially discriminated against as well, because they'll look at you and say, well, you had a domestic abuse case back in 1973. Yeah. So therefore you can't get your CCW. Yeah. Or the white guy could have a domestic case from last month and he'll get his.
But you know the difference on that? I don't know how the difference between Illinois and California. In California, if you have a domestic that's a domestic misdemeanor, you can get your gun rights back after 10 years. But if it's domestic felony, it's lifetime. You can't get no gun. Okay. So in California, that's how they do it. Misdemeanor, domestic violence, 10 years. Felony, domestic violence, permanent.
Wow. Guys need to know these laws, man. They need to know these laws. And now, I mean, every year, just tomorrow, they got a lot of new laws that's going to go into effect. And it's going to be a lot of cats caught with their drawers down because they're not going to know these new rules and these new regulations that they come up with.
Yeah.
And, you know, you have to check them every year, man. You have to check them.
But look, check the law. You want to hear some about that one in Illinois they trying to pass and nobody didn't catch this? They said if it passed, you got 300 days, right, to register your automatic weapon, right? I told everybody, I said, man, y'all can be a fool if you want to. I said, you know what they're gonna do? You're gonna go down there and register it. They turned around and said on the news, oh, we might have a grandfather clause, so if you already got it, you can keep it. One senator said, look, I'm gonna try to find a loophole to go through that grandfather clause, right? So they won't be on the streets and say there's a menace to the streets, right? I told everybody, I said, how far are y'all gonna keep going with this? I said, they already saying you're gonna have 300 days to register. So here's the catch. If they turn around and do a grandfather clause and they find a loophole and knock down the grandfather clause, right? Now your gun is illegal. Now they got your gun on that registry, and then they're gonna turn around and say, hey, look, we need that gun now. The grandfather clause didn't go through. Sorry, we need that. Now, see, it was a guy, a white dude. He was talking to the legislators. He said, "Which you can't arrest us all." He said, "What you gonna do? Go from door to door?" He said, "All you're gonna do is cause civil unrest, right? Civil disobedience." I said, "I'm gonna tell you how they would do it," and I'm just theorizing. I ain't gonna say this is fact. What they would do is everybody that registered their gun, they would send them a letter. You don't turn in that gun, $10,000 fine every week. Now, who you think they're gonna keep their gun and turn that in for that $10,000 fine? I'm just theorizing that could go like that. You know,
man, it's crazy.
So they're making it really hard now. Now, Oregon, the judge did block theirs for going into effect because Oregon was cold with it. They saying if you have no record, you clear to pass the background check, ain't nothing to stop you from getting a gun. You got to go to the police station to get a permit to get a gun. The catch is the police can look at you and say, you look suspicious and turn you down. So you already know who's going for, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. If you turn around and say, you have the power after I didn't got cleared, my background, and I don't have nothing to stop me from getting a gun. I walk in there and they tell me you look suspicious and I can't get a permit to buy a gun just because you said that.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's the same thing they have here. They got a thing for like you can actually own fully automatic weapons here in the state of Nevada. However, when you purchase that weapon, you have to take it to the police department, and they are going to hold that gun probably for about 5 or 6 months before and check you thoroughly and just hold it. And then if you clear all these loops and and that you have to go through, then they'll give it back. They do the same thing with silencers here that you can actually purchase. So you have to take that silencer to the police station, and they have to be vetted. They have to be logged in. They have to serial numbers and everything have to be on it. And then, like I said, they keep it, and then they'll eventually give it back to you. Maybe, depending on who you are.
Because how to get lost.
Yeah, how that barrel just happened to get bent some kind of way while it was in storage. We don't know how that happened.
We lost it. Come back in 5 months. We try to look for it.
The firing pin missing from the gun. It's just too much, man. But wow. Hey, man, I'm gonna have to get on off of here, man. Because the girl is calling me up right now. But hey, happy New Year to both of y'all. Hey, man, we gonna. I'm glad I was able to come on and say, hey, 22 is over. 23 is coming up. To Kev Mac, man, much blessings, brother. Much blessings to you too, pretty boy. Like to play some music with you one day. Yeah. I'll be hooking it up on that guitar, man. Yeah.
All right, KP.
But yeah, y'all be safe, man, and be safe, and let's move into this next year, man. Making some long paper, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
long paper and some peace.
Yeah.
All right, y'all stay up.
All right, KP. All right.
Yeah, man.
Woo.
What you got up this year, pretty boy?
Man, I'm halfway through my book, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm at a kind of like what they call it, a careful situation in it, right? I got to be real careful what I'm doing now in here, because this is the 80s now. No names, no incidents. I have to word around it.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be finished in a minute. So it's gonna this book gonna blow up. This book gonna blow up after I get through with it. Yeah, it is. That's the only thing I'm working on now, and I hope when 2023 get here, and I have this book finished, what I'm saying, it'd be a bestseller.
I think your book, this is just my opinion, I think as far as gang books go, I think yours is gonna super pass probably all of us that been on this platform's books together, because of you got a unique story, and then Monster done already sold millions of books. So and then Monster's whole book, he basically talked about the 60s in most of his book. So now you get it from a real 60, you getting it from the other side. And like you said, you're gonna be a lot more careful when it comes to names and
because that's the first thing after I read his book, I knew what not to do. Right. The book was good, don't get me wrong, but you having there what not to do. So so after I get through with mine, man, it's gonna be hard. See, now I'm gonna tell you the difference between his and in that one. See, I'm gonna have pictures of mine. Mine gonna have pictures like from back in the days. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Homies from back in the days, where they can actually see them. So that's gonna be the difference.
Right.
So when a homie get a book, they get it. They say, "Oh, damn, these are the homies way from back here." You know what I'm saying? It's like the 60 Bible, and they'd be able to look all the homies that passed on after they, and they was born like years later after the fact. They'd be able to see them. So like I said, mine's gonna be cool. Mine's gonna be cool right there.
Right.
Yeah. Keep
your pictures black and white, because these fools will take them and post them like that.
I know that. Yeah, they're gonna have to be black and white because they would do that.
Yeah.
You know, because I know I go on what's that Pinterest, man, dudes be stealing photos.
Man.
You know, I mean, I go on Google and then I be reading some people be stealing other people's stories on Google and making these little sites that you can go on. Some of the sites be fake. You click on the site, it's talking about do your phone need cleaning? Install this app. And you think it's gonna be something about the hood, and they talking about install this app to clean your phone. You know,
I'm gonna tell you a lot of that be spam. I mean, hacker links.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
All you gotta do is click on the link, they get your password.
Yep.
And let me tell you a quick story, because you did a lot of time in prison.
Yeah.
Way back in 98. No, was it 98? Yeah, back in 98. 98, I had came home. I'm at home, I'm on the computer, and I'm talking to the dude, and he's weirdo. You could tell he's a weirdo. He don't know about LA. And I said something crazy to him, right? And he was like, check this out, Kev Mac. He said, I'm gonna post this link. No, he told me, he said, I got your password, you asshole. I'm like,
no.
I'm like, you ain't got shit. And he said, yes, I do. Watch this. He like, check this out. And he sent me a link. And my dumb ass clicked on the link. But it was a great lesson. I clicked on the link, and the motherfucker told me my password.
Damn.
So that's why I don't click on no link that I don't know. I do not click on it. When you see people on Instagram and Facebook, and they be sending out all these messages and shit, they got hacked. They fell for it. They clicked on a link that they shouldn't have clicked on.
Yeah. I've seen them. I never click them on.
Yeah.
But see, now I'm gonna start getting into the habit of changing my password, right?
Yeah.
Like once a week.
Nah, that's too much. But yeah, you gotta.
No, I'll take that back. Once a month would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, once a month. Yeah, because they be getting them.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Yeah, but yeah, Kev, man. Yeah, we'll see how all this turn out 2023. It can go all bad, and then we can go good.
I just got a strange feeling. I never felt like this. I feel like 2023 is gonna be a really good year.
Hey, what do you think about the reparations?
I think that's some fake shit. I won't believe it until people start getting their money.
Look, when I start reading that, Kev, check this crap out. They have a criteria they want you to go by. I read it. And everybody ain't gonna make that criteria. They turn around and say you gotta have your family lineage before 1900. Right. Okay. Then you have to have your family had residence in California from 1933 to 1977.
Damn.
Right. That's another one. Now, here's the thing. They trying to say that you have to have a name that was the last name that was, taken from the plantation masters, that was a slave name, whatever. Every black in the United States, if you ain't got an African name, you got a slave name. Smith and Jones is probably the most two common names there is. So wasn't no Africans over there in Africa named Smith and McConnell and and all these other crazy ass
Johnson and Jackson.
Huh?
Johnson and Jackson.
Yeah, those was all slave names. So what more proof do you need? And you talking about $200 and some dollars, $1,000 for each person? You only calculating that up, right? Hey, what's going on, Rock?
Kill my shit on.
Your volume's real low, Rocchead.
Yeah, Kev.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kev. But they only calculating that up by what?
Shit. Mute.
Sorry. Let me mute Rocchead. Go ahead, pretty boy.
Yeah, I said they're only calculating that up, right? by what they think they owed us as a whole, and they're breaking it down, right? But let me tell you something. At the end of it all, they can just jump up and give everybody $5,000 here and be happy, you know?
Yeah.
Or they
Yeah.
cannot do nothing at all.
Shit, always do this stupid shit.
Here go my thing, pretty boy, because I didn't read what you read.
I read it.
Right. So, but with my lack of knowledge, I was just going off the numbers. I've always been a numbers guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the amount of money they would give to just blacks in California was a ridiculous amount, way over the budget that California gets. So I know damn well they ain't finna break everybody off. So now what you telling me makes sense.
Yeah.
They eliminate a large majority of who can get reparations
by making you fit the criteria.
Right.
And when they talk about you got to make sure your lineage went before 1900, and that was a slave name, and that your family has set up residence in California between 1933 and 1977. See, that's the catch right there. So everybody running around talking about, man, I can't wait till July get here. I'm gonna get my money. Man, you may not get a quota.
Thank you.
You got to see. They only looking at the big part of it. It's just like any law they come out and they give you the big part of it. Everybody gets scared. So they came with the big part of this, talking about $200,000. So everybody thinks they're getting this. But they didn't bother to read the small print.
Because they're not going to read it. You know, that I talk about this all the time. Us as not just black people, but Americans, we're so lazy. We want social media to do the work for us.
Yeah.
And that's why there's so much misinformation on gang banging and current events, because people don't do their own research like you did.
Yeah. That's the first thing I did. Yeah. I read it, and that's what they're talking about. And some people, right, that's non-black, they said, well, why can't we just put it in the schools and education? Because all the schools are not all black. So basically, if you did something like that, you're giving it to other people that didn't even fall under reparations or fall under color.
Let me tell you something.
Come on.
Let me tell you something. You probably already know this, but again, you was gone, so I'm going to say it. In California, they came with the lottery.
Yeah.
When they came with the lottery, the money was supposed to go to the schools.
I know.
Ever since then, they still talking about this money and that money for the school. Well, what the fuck? Where the fuck is the lottery money going there?
Yeah.
Like, y'all think we just forgot about that? But it's always been a disparity in where the money goes, where it's allocated to the different neighborhoods and who black people don't get the same textbooks as the white people in the valley.
Sure don't. They didn't get them when I was little.
Hell no. Remember we used to have to make our own little book covers so you could keep the book
out of cardboard. When I was a youngster in school, all our books was raggedy.
Yeah.
We got the book that was handed down from the other schools that they didn't want.
Right, exactly.
You know? Uptown Cherry Street, downtown Cherry Street, Curious George. Man, what black was interested in that?
Right.
These are books that was handed down. So they said, well, hell, we can just put them in their schools. They didn't learn them to read. We don't care if it's Curious George or Cherry Street and all the people in the books was white.
Man.
So the books was not meant for us.
No.
It was hand-me-down.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like I said, man, I wish these, a lot of people would wake up, but a lot of them, they content where they at,
Man, I wish we would wake up too, man, but I done gave up, man. I done lost hope, bro.
Yeah. Rock, can you hear us?
Rock looking like it's bright as hell over there where he at.
Yeah.
They said not Curious George.
Man, about a damn chimpanzee.
My man said fucking Cherry Street.
Yeah, that book was so disgusting. I didn't even read it.
Somebody called Rocchead and killed this connection.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, man. But that's what I'm saying, right? Everybody ain't read that reparations. So you know what I'm saying. I hope they read it, you know, and find out what's really going on. Now, if you came over here at a certain year or a certain decade and you still got an African name from Africa, well, you know you're already out because you didn't come over with slavery. You still got your African name. You know? I mean, but what how many blacks you know that came from Africa that was named Williams, Kennedy, you know, with even a black with an Irish name?
Me.
That's what you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wasn't no blacks over there. You know, there wasn't no blacks in Africa named McIntosh. You know, I mean, seriously, because when they came over here, you know, they couldn't read. They only knew their language. So when they came over, they gave them these names.
Yeah.
So if you was given these names, you came over there, you was on the plantation.
And gave them loans and all kind of other shit too.
Yeah. You know, and if you didn't act right, you know what I'm saying, you got sold.
They from my history lessons back when I used to read about history, when the Irish people came over here, they was like the lowest class of white people. They was like on nigger status.
Yeah.
But because of their skin color, they were given a lot of privileges that black people weren't.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
Because you remember a lot of back in the 20s and the 30s, a lot of Irish were police. Especially like in New York and the Bronx. Stuff like that, they were police.
Yeah.
You know? Man.
There will be a lot of non-eligible people that ruin the pot, just like the PPP fiasco.
Man, hey, I'm glad I didn't do that.
Hey, man, you see,
at all.
You see how many white people though across America got in trouble now because they done got millions and millions.
Yeah,
man. Hey, I would have took that risk if they would have told me I could get 150 million. Shit. You know, most of the time they're gonna go get a lawyer. They're gonna go to trial from the street, and then they're not gonna get a whole lot of time. They're gonna get federal time. Go to Snoop. They go to Camp Snoopy and get out like Wesley Snipes and Pete Rose and everybody. Just go do a couple years.
Yeah, that's all they gotta do.
Money.
Yep, dig up their money and from wherever bank they stash it in and live their life. You know.
Hey, pretty boy, you ever trip off the $200 gate money the state of California give you?
Do you remember some years ago that they were supposed to? Well, this is more than some years ago. This was about 15 years ago, right? They were supposed to raise up the amount of the gate money because they said this $200 had been out for like forever.
Forever.
I said, what is it? I said, they were saying basically like the economy in the world has risen. You know what I'm saying? Everything is high now, but you still giving them $200. Now $200 is only get you a bus ticket and a kid's meal at Jack in the Box. That's it.
But let me tell you what they don't tell you. That when you know how you go to jail, go to court and you get convicted and you have to pay restitution.
Mm-hmm.
That restitution is your gate money. So if we want to start getting 1,000 or 1,500 when we come home from prison, all they're gonna do is raise our restitution.
Yeah, that's all
they're gonna do. They just giving you your money back.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you something. They were so cold with that restitution.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Damn.
Yeah, there you go.
Rocchead can't hear. His speakers must be off.
I can hear him.
Oh, he probably got his volume turned down. Hey, what was you gonna say, pretty boy?
They were so cold with restitution. You remember when it first started out at 22%?
Yeah.
Then it went to 33 and 33, 44, and it went to 55 in a matter of a year. At one point back in the 90s, they tried to pass a bill. They was trying to make it a 95%. And they said, no, you can't take no more. You can't take more than 55% of that. So they maxed it at 55%. And the other 5% was for processing. So they stretched as far as they can get on the restitution, because if it wasn't for processing, it would have been half. So when guys got $100 sent in, they only got $45, and it wasn't 50 because the other $5 was for processing. That's what it was for. You know.
Hey, what's up?
There you go.
We could hear you when you was on your computer, bro.
I couldn't hear y'all though.
I think you got your volume turned down or your speakers.
Nigga, man, mine shit off.
Okay.
I couldn't hear y'all.
Have either one of you two ever been to Old Folsom or Old Folsom?
Old Folsom.
8-yard.
AR. No, man.
Why you laugh?
That's disrespectful asking me that bullshit.
Hey, you been to the B yard or the C yard in Old Folsom?
Man, hold on, man. For the record, go back to all my stuff. I opened up B facility.
Okay.
When they put me in the cell, when they put me in that unit with all the Mexican mafia.
Right.
I was one of the first ones in B facility.
Oh, they said New Folsom. My bad. New Folsom.
New Folsom, yes.
I ain't never been to New Folsom.
All right, so shit. That's that. Somebody wanted that question. Okay.
Why they ask that question?
Now we ask that question. They on Google's nuts, man.
I mean,
and Bam got a new T-shirt called something about we don't do 8-yard over here, something like that.
Well, yeah, funny. No, I don't know what's wrong with my sound. I gotta have someone look at it for me again. I know it's something simple, but I'm not savvy like that, so it is what it is.
You all right, old man?
No, I mean,
no, Google wasn't lying, man. Y'all quit spinning stuff. No, Google wasn't lying.
So lying about what? I mean, also,
the Fresno Bulldogs was on the yard.
They had to too, because they didn't know they wanted to support the South, or they know they want to support the North.
Right, it was in the middle.
So it was so much controversy with them. So they weren't, on that yard because they wanted to be. They put on that yard to try to stall some of the hits between whatever clique they decide to roll with.
Right.
That's what that was.
Yeah, but we ain't trying to give Google no static off where he was housed at.
I mean, but all my yards been 4A, shoe, 1 building, 4A building, B facility to Hatchery Max. Before Pelican Bay was built. Pelican Bay was just finishing up when I left in 92. Corking, they built New Folsom. They thought New Folsom was going to be the mecca of all mecca prisons, level 4s. Everybody who'd been in the hole for so many years, everybody had so many stabbings on their jackets. They was throwing all of them in 1 yard. That was B facility. And then they started building Corking, and they wanted Corking to be that, but for some reason, they changed up and kept half in B facility and the other half in Corking. And then Tehachapi level 4 kind of turned up a little bit. In that last ride, they had an 89 in New Folsom, B facility. They sent a lot of us straight to Tehachapi then. Either Tehachapi or Corking. Then I think in 92, as I was getting out, they started slipping people into Pelican Bay. But basically, I mean, people in A-Yard, I think they was working outside the institution, I think. For a level 4 yard.
Happy New Year, Rocchead.
It ain't New Year's yet. We ain't on no East Coast.
He rejected your Happy New Year.
If he on the East Coast, Happy New Year's to him. If you was saying it, ain't time yet, homie.
I ain't said it.
All right. Now next time, say one of the guys from the East Coast or the Midwest, Say Happy New Year's, Rocchead. You know,
you telling me how to moderate my form now.
no, I'm not telling you how to moderate. It makes it more easier when it's just 11 o'clock out here.
Hey, look,
so
man.
I can't say Happy New Year's. I can't say, okay, thank you. It ain't New Year's for me, but it is New Year's for them.
You banned for the New Year.
I don't think the maniacs would like that.
Hey man, no cheesecake in 2023.
I don't think the maniacs would like that.
No, what's that beer you drink? That root beer you drink?
There ain't no root beer, man. It's the ginger beer.
No
hey,
ginger beer, no cheesecakes.
Hey, you like it, homie?
Man, I've been drinking that shit for like 8 years.
Man, I just started drinking it about a year ago.
I've been drinking it for 8 years now. I love that shit.
I don't even drink ginger ale no more. It got to be ginger beer.
Yeah, hey, is it Fever Tree or the Jamaican?
Fever. To me, Fever Tree is the best one.
It is. It's the
Jamaican
best one.
got a little spice if you like spice.
Yeah, Fever Tree got kick to it.
Yeah, got a kick.
It's just sometimes you only can find them in the small bottles, but I found that they do make a bigger one.
They do make a bigger bottle. I was actually at a bar, and a bar was giving me big bottle. I'm like, okay, Fever Tree, this fat boy.
Yeah, Fever Tree is the shit. You know, and got that ginger, that kick to it.
Y'all giving me an impression that if you was putting in work and you spent a lot of time on a level 4 on shoes, that a ginger beer is some heavy drinking. Y'all don't knock it off.
I didn't know about ginger beer until I came home.
You don't get you said something about sometimes the buzz kick in or some shit. You get a good buzz. Man, cut it out. Man, I get a bigger buzz off drinking strawberry Fanta soda.
But Kev, man, see, for one, we ain't putting two together because everybody's making Pruno behind the wall. But I never drink. I don't drink alcohol. I drink a glass of Pinot Noir now. But ginger beer is something that I took a liking to, like the homie said. Something we enjoy better than soda pop, better than ginger ale.
Yeah.
It's something we choose to enjoy. We didn't say, it gets us high. We just said it's good for us and to us. And it's actually better than soda pop. That's all.
It is.
You get a good buzz off ginger beer.
Oh, man. I like the taste and the flavor.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's and then when you get down to that last slurp of that ginger beer and them fumes in there and get in your lungs, you start coughing.
I ain't gonna
that's coronavirus.
No, it'll make you sneeze. It'll make you sneeze if you get down to the last bit of that.
Man, you allergic to
start sneezing. No,
you sound like allergies.
If you try to drink it wrong or too fast, you get that cough.
Yeah, it's that ginger in there. And when you get down to the last bit, you still got that ginger. Them ginger like fumes is still in that bottle. And it had you sneezing or coughing, right? But every time I tried to do it, even with a straw, I never could get past the last drop.
Use a straw, homie.
Sound like y'all might need some Benadryl.
Use a straw, big dog. I don't. That little bottle. I kill that little bottle.
Rocchead is a cultured gangster.
Cultured gangster. So what's up, Kev, man? What you got me on your show for tonight, man? You want to do New Year what, man? What band, man? That band I'm supposed to be on.
Let me say this first. Snoopy Mac said, why don't y'all go get your old English and stop playing?
Nah, we don't do that. I don't do it.
No.
Never have.
No.
Okay. Now
that's that typical stuff. People think the gangsters supposed to sag, they supposed to drink old English, they supposed to talk a certain way, look a certain way, they supposed to be a certain way, act a certain way, but sometimes we get y'all food.
Boys in the hood. So look, to answer your question, the reason why I wanted you to come on, because I wanted to have a bunch of reputable Crips come on tonight. We was going to have a Cripathon, nothing but Crips all night long, but it didn't work out as planned. Look, you sleepy already. Take your ass.
Don't worry about me. Don't ask me to come on, send me the link and tell me to take my ass to sleep.
I sent you that link 2 hours ago.
But I was obviously taking care of something.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Rocky.
But did I not get on? Am
Oh, I
I
know
on?
yeah, you
I
on, man.
told myself, let me get on for this New Year's. If I ain't got to hear Kev Mac and this
Right.
maniac,
Pre-
mouth.
Appreciate you. Now I got one question for you.
What's your question?
How was the snow at the Steeler game?
It was snowflakes. It was snowflakes. I don't know what they said on TV how cold it was. I think it was like 0.7 degrees.
Damn.
If it wasn't for the mask I had on, the little thing on my face felt more of the cold without that mask. I don't know if I could have hung the whole game, but that face thing kind of kept my face cool. I had two long sleeve shirts on, and when I didn't have my big boy jacket, I had my Steeler jacket on, which I didn't feel that. I had two pair of sweats on. But for the most part, I was one of the first ones there, and I was the last one to leave. So I enjoyed it. Had it was raining, a little sprinkling, a little snowflakes. It was cool. I liked it. I enjoyed it. That was my whole purpose of going, to that game, because I wanted to, for one, the Raiderettes beat us the last 4 times. So I had to be there for we could beat them. I can't stand them damn Raiderettes. Secondly, I wanted to feel the weather. I want to enjoy the weather of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A lot of people said they was gonna come, they didn't show up. I got stuck in Dallas on the way there for like 19 hours because of all the cancellations and stuff. I went through Dallas, but I made it there and I enjoyed it.
Kenneth Johnson said, "Ain't no way I would have went to a Steelers home game after October."
I mean, some of my family members, some of my people, some associates, Steelers associates, Raiderette associates. I mean, they all scared of a little cold. I'm not scared of no cold. It's not like we feel it out here in LA. So it don't hurt going out there enjoying the cold. But I forgot everybody, not me either, though. So I'm sorry.
Let me see. Somebody asked something about Pretty Boy. Did Pretty Boy something? Ask that question again about Pretty. Oh, there you go. Did Pretty Boy drink or smoke before you were incarcerated?
Never drank, never smoked, never did drugs, nothing before I went in. Never in my life.
That messed him up. I'm Pretty Boy.
Yeah.
We who we are, and we ain't never used nothing.
See, that's the stereotype, right? That all gang members did all that, and it caused them to be incarcerated due to their drug-induced, alcohol-induced mind. I was just doing shit just on GP, Yeah, I needed a clear mind when I was fucking up.
I mean, I was natural. I mean,
yeah, that's how I was too, man. But I like to drink and get, with a bitch.
God damn, that's some foul language,
drunk on my birthdays, though, man. I get drunk for my birthday. I like to enjoy my birthday.
But one of the things that bothered me growing up, I used to there you go, Pretty Boy.
That's right. Got that fever tree on the line.
I used to sit back with my uncles. I'm 9, 10 years old. They all used to get drunk and do stupid stuff, and I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like how they carried themselves, how they act. So I just told myself I don't ever want to do that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because my bad, Pretty Boy, I got one of these too, one of my Steeler openers,
Yeah.
I like that assessment though, Rocky. That's why I never did Sharon. Looking at my brother and sister, I was like, no way, man.
Because I used to still get so drunk. The next morning, their pockets turned in. Who did that? It was their own homeboys or their own brother or cousin did that shit to them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
See, what killed me is this. This is what I never understood, right? About dudes doing drugs and Sherm and all that shit back in the days. And now, before the person that did the drugs, right, or the rock or the crack or the Sherm, whatever, right, he looking at his homeboy fucked up, right? I mean, total wasted. Now, if you ain't never done it before and you see your homeboy sitting on the ground, toe up, Why in the hell would you want to start and look like him laying on the ground? I never
That's my point.
understood this. Why would you sit up there and say, I want to look just like him sitting on the ground and peed on myself, ain't washed my ass in a week? That's how I want to look. And then when you finally look like that, somebody else looking at you will follow you down.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
And that was my reality. I said I didn't want to look like that. I didn't want to act like that. And I wanted to make sure everything I did, I knew what I was doing.
Yeah. Because a lot of homies that got killed back in the day, seriously, they was loaded.
Yeah.
They was loaded. They got killed, they was loaded. Not paying around to they attention, surroundings, and they got killed while they was loaded. You know, that's why it wasn't gonna be me.
Rocchead enjoying that beer. He took it down.
Hey, pretty boy. Oh my God, that last piece. Oh yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's why I never did it. I like to be in my right mind. You know, I knew a lot of homies that got killed, man. I mean, in the worst way, being drunk, you know, or loaded. You know, I couldn't do it.
Because we don't think about it. It's so funny. Like when I went to 4800 and the OSS put me in a little room, they took my picture and they like, man, your C file says one thing about you, but your demeanor, your attitude, and the way you look don't say you're a Crip. And they like, oh, you must be the bookkeeper or something. then one of them said, because I had my glasses on, one of them said, man, I think you're going to be working with kids when you get out. That was the last thing on my mind, but that's what I'm doing. People always saw things in me I never saw in myself. Even with Jim Brown, he said, man, out of all the people who came to my house, very few have character. Out of all the people I dealt with in my life, very few have character. You have character. I didn't know what character was because my education level was 7th grade. So I didn't understand what character was. So I've always had stuff in me. Me and one of my partners was talking about a couple of weeks ago. I always looked at it as right is right, wrong is wrong. Yeah. And I was a strong believer and supporter of right. And anything that was wrong brought that ugliness in me out of me. Because if I felt it was wrong, oh no, I'm not losing ground on wrong.
Yeah.
You know, right is right, wrong is wrong. And I think most of my rep was built on that. Most of my action and inaction was built on right is right, wrong is wrong. You know, and I think that's why so many guys who's out now, who I ran across or dealt with through the system, they thanking me of how I supported them when they was right. And other so-called big homies or OGs was wrong.
Yeah.
And felt they'd get away with certain stuff, and I didn't allow it. You know, because I always stood up for my homies. And my homies from everywhere, every hood. And the joint, we was all as one. I mean, other than the politics of our organizations, we were still as one.
Yeah.
Even when CCO first came to Folsom, you know, I made it clear, if those who don't want to be a part of this, we're not going to push them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before I was even CCO. You know, so when I became CCO, the biggest stipulation I said is those who do not want to be a part of it on this yard do not have to be. And no one forced anyone to be that. Because before CCO came in that yard, it was a Vanguard yard, and me and Rainbow them from Five Deuce Broadway, we took that yard from them.
Yeah.
We knocked all them dudes down and took that yard. That was our yard. So when CCO came, they came to our yard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people kind of want to misrepresent. They need to first get their dates and their years right.
Yeah.
Because after the killing in San Quentin, you get that year correct, and then you know when they came.
Yeah.
And then you understand what me, Rainbow, C-Day from Harlem, what we did on that yard when we took that yard and knocked them Vanguards down. But when CCO did come, and I liked the certain things about it that made me want to be a part of that, I made it clear, if I become a part of this, it's still the guys who do not want to follow along, we will not make them be a part of it. And it was cool. I mean, at the end, Go ahead.
Pretty boy, anybody try to recruit you?
Nope, not one time. See, when we was at Tracy, yeah, you had CCOs and Blue Notes at Tracy. You know what I'm saying? But y'all always got to remember. See, Tracy was, like you said, it was gladiator school. So when we start getting into it with them dudes up north, right? We all had the band as one. So all that old playing individualism, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that had to go out the door. Cause you know, you had some dudes like Rock was saying, you had some dudes that was telling you might have a youngster that was a Crip. He came and he wasn't known by nobody. So what they do, they say, look, check this out, dude. You either gonna get into this or tuck your ass.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what they was doing for youngsters. They didn't have no type of name about themselves, and it was easy influence. And I used to always tell youngsters, don't come up here on the yard when you first hit the yard, start giggling, telling jokes, because now they're looking at you as weak. Don't get up there, you know what I'm saying, be all happy. You come up there with a straight face, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to bow down, you know what I'm saying? Say little, and you watch your surroundings. But don't come up to the yard telling jokes, because everybody says, this dude's a clown. Then they're trying to pick you apart mentally to see how far they can get into you, right? And when they find out you was nothing but a comedian and you was a joke, you got problems. I mean, you got straight problems. Because now you're going to be a torpedo. They're going to have you doing dumb shit. And then you get tired in jail.
And that's what I didn't like about it, Pretty Boy. It's like, it was a time when Crips start coming in the joint so rationally in droves. So they never was taught in the county jail. They never was prepared in the county jail. Yeah. Your demeanor, what to expect, what not to expect.
Yeah.
If you don't have a homeboy up there, how to deal with that. Yeah. If you have a homeboy out there, reach out to your homeboy first and let him school you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You didn't have a lot of that. So I tried to become that. You know what I mean? And I think I did a pretty damn good job in becoming that person, because when I first went in, all I knew was YA, and I got down in YA. But when I had that experience before I went to Tracy in that county jail with that big white dude raping blacks every night, that kind of mentally prepared me what I'm going to deal with when I go to Folsom or I go to prison, because this dude came from Folsom and he was raping a black dude every night until we got him. He would yell over the tear, I got me another nigga.
Wow.
And when I went to Chino, and I go out my cell and I hear people say charge, I'm mentally prepared, because that incident with that big white dude kind of prepared me what to expect in prison. It's going to be some racial shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't know how to run the opposite way. I always ran into the crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it prepared me. And a lot of cats was never prepared. And I think that's how we lost a lot of young homies early on.
Yeah.
You had that part of it. You had the part of it being misled, misrepresented, taken advantage of.
Yeah.
You know, and you had some youngsters like me who just had that spirit that nobody was gonna fuck with.
Yeah. Because look, when I was at Tracy Rock, it's only one way off that yard. You had one way off that yard, one way in, one way out. And and if you ever been to Tracy, you know that walkway. You only have one way in, one way out. 5,000 people on that yard. That field house, they used to show movies in that field house. You don't want to go in that field house on movie night. They cut that light off. Shit, you might see about 3 or 4 bodies in when that movie is over with.
Pretty boy, I was there in 79.
Yeah.
So the child hall was the battlefield with the metal trays and the forks.
Yep, you're right.
You know, I was in K Wing. Then when they wing you out of the hole from K Wing, they see the J Wing. They try to wing you out that way. I think it was L Wing, some shit like that. But
L1 and L2. That was they changed that to like people that was working in like PIA and stuff later on. You know, K Wing was still a hole when I left.
Yeah.
You know, but
that was my first hole.
Yeah, that behind that red door. Because I remember
what was that happen? I started a riot in the kitchen, right? So I already knew they was gonna beat my ass when I got to the guards. First thing he do is grab my hand, handcuff me, right? But he grabbed my thumb, and so he pulling my thumb far as he can. So he thought I was gonna break down and start doing that wiggle, and then all the other guards rush in and start whooping me up. So I held my thumb hard as I can, right? And I said through my teeth to the side of him, I said, man, you bitch ass motherfucker. I said, you think you trying to break my thumb? And then he tried to push it further and he couldn't do it. So I already knew when I got in the hole what was going to happen. So when we get in the hole, man, them motherfuckers beat the shit out of me. Man, they fucked me up so bad. Man, I had on a tore t-shirt, one sock, and some jeans. And they still didn't break me.
Hey,
you know?
Two questions. Compton girl want to know, how good is ginger beer, guys?
Hey, Compton girl.
It was good. It was great. I just enjoyed it.
Experiment.
I might drink another one before I go to bed.
And can Critical Thought get both of you guys top 5 most famous Crips without bias?
What they mean by top 5?
What do you mean by top 5?
The most violent, the best, most representative, the one who really represented Crip the right way. I mean, you got a lot of different avenues of that.
Right. I like how Rocchead pays attention to wordplay.
You know, because I can name killers, but some of them killers wasn't Cripping the right way though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it depends on what they want. I've always said that from top of my list, as far as killer and as far as the right way, Big Heron, to me is the true godfather of all the Compton Crips.
Yeah,
to be honest, because Heron was balanced and fair across the board and never showed favoritism.
Yeah,
never showed favoritism. If you was wrong, he made you stand by that wrong. If you was right, he's with you 110%.
Yeah.
Everybody wasn't like that his age, or everybody wasn't like that had a name like him.
Yep, you're right.
So it's different when you ask what category you looking for and you asking for. You talking about cold-blooded killers who was wrong, right, and indifferent? So I can name a gang of them too.
Yeah. But you know, I miss Big Rebo, man. Big Rebo, man, that was my boy, man. It was just sad to see him just go like that, man. Big Rebo, hey, I had a chance to kick it with him for a while on them yards, right? Big Rebo, crazy, but he's smart.
He's smart.
You damn right, he's smart. When I first met him, he came off as crazy, but the more I talked to Rebo's not crazy. And he just down, but he's smart.
Yeah, he was smart. He was always smart. Rebo was a monster within himself.
Yeah.
And you cross that line, he showed you who Big Rebo is. But he was also honest in all his interviews about when he started cripping.
Yeah.
It goes back to, we can be in our 60s, late 50s, early 60s, middle 60s, late 60s, and people still have a tendency of trying to feel if they say they started banging in 72, it makes them relevant. That don't make you relevant. Just be truthful. If you started in 79 and 80, just say that shit. And your namesake starts from there.
Yeah.
No one. See, I always was a strong believer when Crippin was started. It was meant for Crippin to stop. It stopped when it started.
Yeah.
So it was meant to grow. So every 10 years, you'll get a different type of breed.
Yep. You're right.
You know what I mean? So when someone say, "Oh, I was 8 years old, I was banging," man, kiss my behind. With that, just be truthful. You know what I mean? And it don't hurt being truthful.
Yeah.
But don't tell me, you can't convince me you was 8 years old out there doing stuff. Today you got them little kids picking up guns and doing silly and sick stuff. But our generation then, no, don't tell me that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's what they want. It's what category they want.
Yeah.
Kev, because like I said,
he must ask a question and left, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, shit. But like I say, every decade is gonna have their the way they crip.
Yeah.
You know, because like I said, the 70s Crips were fighters. You know, they was fighters. You know, and if you couldn't take a fight and you folded, hey, I got jumped one time in 79. Let me tell you something. That was a hell of a fight. And I ain't win. I got fucked up. I got knotted up. But guess what? I didn't sit up there and fold and say, you know, I ain't cripping no more. I'm tired of this. I didn't know the fight was going to be like this. Shit. All you did was made me stronger. That's all. Only thing you let me know is these knots don't last forever. You know, they go down with Campo Finique. You know?
I learned years ago that fighting wasn't to me, it wasn't about winning. It's about what I did to you when I walked away, something on your body was gonna be fucked up that you're gonna remind me of me every time you think about it.
Uh-huh.
So I never fought to win. I dig in to keep it pushing.
Yeah.
But I over enjoyed fighting over time. You know, then when I graduated to the Key Stews, I over enjoyed, you know, with the Key Stews, you know.
You know what they say? Once you do it once, it gets easier the next time.
Oh, it gets easy.
That's a real saying. Once you do it, whether it's a knife or a gun or fighting, once you pass that first time and you like it, it gets easier the next time. Then after that, you keep doing it.
I fell in love with it. That's
how it is. You know?
Rocchead, how old was you when you started banging?
How old I was?
Yeah.
11.
Right.
I can say 11, 12.
You guys got any good friends that are Bloods?
I know a lot of Bloods that's cool with me. You know?
I mean, Joe Valentine, I believe he's a friend of mine from Bounty Hunters. Love the shit out that cat. My cousin, I didn't realize he was my cousin from Elm Street, Big Phil Johnson. I mean, he's at a funeral in Texas. At his auntie funeral, it was our cousin or something funeral, same people. And one day I'm at the liquor store by the Carmelitos, and some reps ready to jump on him. I get out the car, went under my seat, gave him my tray 5.7, and walked in the store. Came out. You good, Rocky? You know who he is? That's my blood cousin. I won't let y'all jump on my blood cousin. It happened. He said, I want to fight him. Yeah, but y'all not going to do the other stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, again, I grew up fighting power rules because Ludus Park, when it was all Ludus Park, not the mob, when it was all Ludus Park, the mob came about when I was in jail, you know, but when it was all Ludus Park, I grew up fighting them. But in the joint, I stopped caring about colors because of the racial wars.
Yeah.
And a few times, as I said in my videos with you, Kev, and a few times I stepped out of the box and asked for help from the Bloods, Damus. And if it wasn't for them helping, we'd have had it worse, to be honest. So I have a lot of friends, a lot of partners, you know, that's Power Rules and Bloods. That, you know.
I got a cousin from cousins from Athens Park, right? You might have heard of Time Bomb, Freddie Cole. And I think, I don't know if he's in or out, I don't know. But and then I had the chance to holler at Marcus Nunn, Shiny Dog, when he came home.
Me too.
I called him up. I said, you made it out, huh? See, before you got out, me and him was at CMC. We walked that track, and I had just got my date. And I told him, I said, look, check this out, China. I said, man, they letting out these old lifers. I said, man, just be cool. You at the right spot. And I said, I'll give you about another year or so you're going to be out of here. Found out he was out. I got on Facebook. I was happy for him. I was happy.
Another Blood I could call a friend is Bone from Anthony's Park.
Yeah, Bone.
I started off with him in American. He was an American before me.
Yeah.
That's how he got his producer license and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The lady came and wanted to train everybody from American. And for years, we had a misunderstanding. And one of my homeboys kind of brought us together and found out the misunderstanding was based on some BS of what he thought and what I thought.
Yeah.
And we sat down and talked, man. We went out and met at bars a few times. We kind of hang out a little bit. And I realized he's a hell of a dude. He likes fighting like I like fighting.
Yeah.
He got a great reputation of fighting.
Uh-huh.
So I gravitate toward him real fast.
Yeah.
But he's a really good dude, man. But as far as, like I said, colors over time, I stopped tripping off of it. I mean, like I said, even when I came down from Folsom, they kept saying E-Ricket. I didn't know what that was. I'm a grown ass. I'm a machine at this time of my life.
Yeah.
And I got the OCC on my back. Got us an E-Ricket. Got us an E-Ricket. I'm so naive. I'm not knowing they talking about me. but pretty boy, but you got all them other Crips that was in there that say shit.
Yeah. Ain't that crazy?
You get what I'm saying?
And
They knew what it meant. I'm like, E-Ricket, shit, what the fuck? Then we got in the little day room, the little room with holding tank before they gonna send people to the modules or whatever. That's when I realized they was talking about me.
Yeah. When I first heard that word, I was like, what the hell is that? It was a trip. So, but I think it was Ice Bomb from English Family. Me and them talk. You know what I mean? It was. I think his name's Ice Bomb. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you right.
Yeah, and me and him was talking, and he stood up, man, and and I just laughed because I didn't realize there was that many Crips in there while they was coming. We got us an E-Ricket.
Yeah.
And these dudes, the little cowardly little dudes, didn't say nothing. But as soon as they got to the unit and 4800, when I got the 4800, I said, you, y'all come here, man. What set y'all from? I told they homeboys what they did, and they disciplined them.
Yeah.
Because y'all know better. I didn't know.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I mean? You ain't gonna sit there all of a sudden y'all quiet, but y'all come in the Crip model, y'all supposed to be King Kong now. Y'all sat there and watched them saying E-Ricket. They wasn't just disrespecting me, they disrespecting all you. And y'all fresh from the street, so y'all know what that meant.
Man, I first heard that, I was in the joint. I said, what the hell is that? I mean, it just sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds crazy and shit.
That's when they stopped using the C, because they used to call us crickets.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know that. You just taught me something else.
So it went from crickets to E-Rickets.
Damn.
Hey, I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. It's
No, you're not, man. I just got on, man. We stand on till midnight.
You just want to drink another ginger beer.
No, I'm finna bust me a bottle of Pinot Noir in a minute.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? No, but what's up, Kev? I mean, what's happening? You trying to hang up on me?
I'm about to go to bed, man.
Oh, you can't hang? You gotta stay up till midnight, though, huh?
I'll be eating.
No, you told me midnight.
No, I'm gone.
Yeah. No, why you gone?
I'm sleepy.
Oh, you sleepy? Oh, Kev Mac video sleepy?
Yeah, man.
Man, I'm getting ready to finish this Twilight Zone marathon.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. You watch the Twilight Zone? I can't stand that show.
Twilight Zone marathon.
I can't stand that show. I hate that noise right there. I cannot stand Twilight.
Nightmares off that sound.
I cannot stand that show.
I'm gonna go binge watch first 48 before I fall asleep.
I'm watching some. I like them Chinese movies. Now I'm watching Chinese movies, motherfuckers chopping each other's heads off and shit. I like those kind of movies.
Back in the joint, back in the 80s, everybody was watching Kung Fu Theater every Saturday at 12.
Yeah.
Hey man, everybody on that Twilight Zone in the comments.
Huh?
Everybody on that Twilight Zone in the comments.
No, I don't like how.
You know how they do it on New Year's Eve. They play it all day long, and you can't find nothing to watch on TV. You know, shit. Yeah, they need to bring back Kung Fu Theater. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, Comfort through it. Yeah, I can watch that.
Yeah,
I can watch
on
that.
Saturdays at 12 in the joint. You know, we had the 13-inch black and white Gold Star. Shit, Kung Fu Theater. You know, then all of a sudden they come out with these flat screens. You know, and a cell phone. I said, what the fuck is a cell phone? Yeah.
Look at I came out with the pagers.
Man.
I like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
And very few people have a big ass long phone.
Shit.
Look at the kid put his head up.
Yeah, I mean, but shit, look, I had one, right? 4 years. That's how I learned. And that was a flip. There wasn't no such thing as a touch screen. It wasn't even 4G. And I had one, and that's how I learned. You know, never got cracked.
Man, I had that Nextel chirp. I was in love with that chirp.
That was the federal agent phone.
Yeah.
I was in love with that chirp.
Yeah, but shit, man.
But it's a pleasure, pretty boy.
Yeah.
I ain't never had a chance to holler at you or get on with you or whatnot.
Yeah.
Heard a lot about you. I don't think we never bumped heads behind that wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I was at Tracy when you went to Folsom.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, because I was down there with when I first got to Tracy, I was there with Twin from Great. Matter of fact, it was a who's who of everybody in that motherfucker.
So what year you got to? By 82?
No, I got there in 85.
Okay, you got there way later.
I got there in 85 because I stayed there
way later. Yeah, you got there way later. You got there when a whole new generation took over.
Yeah, because you remember what they did, right? On the street. When the Olympics hit in 1984, they went in and rounded off. They got every Crip or every gang member for any crime because the Olympics was coming up. And they
heard about that.
Yeah, and just what they did. They had everybody down in them damn coliseums like cattle. And that was the largest the Crips and Bloods ever was in prison at that time. They filled them prisons up.
Man, they took buses to the parking lot of the Coliseum.
That's how many it was. See, so a lot of people ask me about the Vanguards. I said, when all them Crips and Bloods came to prison, it made the Vanguards kind of disappear because guess what? Every hood can hold their own. Every hood can hold their own might end. Now, don't get me wrong, you still have the CCOs and the Blue Notes, right? But by then, every hood could hold their own. Because you see how over the years it slowly started to evaporate.
See what with the Vanguards by being created in the late 70s.
Yeah.
And it was Crips and Bloods in it. It was ran by C. He's a Blood. I'm not sure from where. He's a Blood. He ran the Vanguards. And that's why I keep telling people about Baby Rock.
Yeah.
When they sent me to K-Wing, they put me on the Vanguard tier.
Yeah.
And Baby Rock and Ajax from Hoover told the correction guard, take him off this tier. I'm like, the fuck you mean take me off this tier? I ain't going nowhere. Then he came to the shower and explained to me. He said, look at young homie, this is a Vanguard tier. We're not trying to get you crossed up in this shit. You're a Crip, nigga. And stay a Crip.
Yeah.
And he was Vanguard telling me this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they were strong for years.
Yeah.
But like 82, 83, they start edging off because more Crips start coming in. But a core of them stayed till the end.
Yeah. I know.
Hey, a core of them stayed to but they went to San Quentin and they went up against the C Machine.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying, hey man, we're giving y'all our blessings to come home.
Yeah.
And more than half went home, but you have some they took that oath serious.
Yeah.
And they stuck with it until the end.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of them, like I said, a lot of them, when them Crips and Bloods got deep in prison, they felt they could hold their own. And then you got to also remember they had time back then. That's when they was giving everybody, breaking everybody off with that 15 and that 25.
7 to life, 15 to life. Yeah.
You didn't have no choice but to hold your own because you didn't know when you was getting out. So all y'all had to stay strong, you know, to whenever. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, when we got up in age, like in our 50s, like that, now you got the other wave coming in, get ready to do what we did. See, back then, you remember what that name was when you got a life sentence? They said, damn, what you got a life, 25 life? First thing they said, you got a Buck Rogers day. And let me tell you something. When they gave me that time, and I got to counting on my fingers and then count it again, and then count it again, I said, damn, they done fucked your life off. And let me tell you when the life will wake up. And you look in that mirror 5, 10 years later, and you see that hairline going back, and that gray starting to kick in, that's when you know they get ready to rob you of your youth.
Hey,
And
I don't know about hair going back though, but
no, but gray. You see it go, some go back and some turn gray.
I know.
You look like that ID picture of Chino. You know they get ready to rob you of your youth. That's the way.
But you know what? When they gave me my time,
they
originally gave me 33, no L, and I didn't care if I lived or died in that motherfucker. I didn't care if I ever got out.
Yeah, that's how we all felt.
And that's what kept me going. You know, even when they gave me my date, and they gave me 2 years. I got 2 years to do. I'm knocking people down. When I get 2 months to the house in Tehachapi, people said, "Man, you going home, Rocchead?" I'm still knocking people down because I always was taught myself and believe in. I'm not home until I get home. Ooh, I like that. I'm not home until I get home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Till I walk out that gate, then I'm home.
Yep. You're right.
You know, but that mentality is not there. The mentality we had to carry for all them years.
Yeah.
This generation now, oh no. That's why I tell cats, those who went in the 70s and 80s, they understand the real fight, the real struggle.
Yeah.
Them late 90s and 2000s, they don't have an idea of what we had to go through to make things possible.
You know what they got in prison now, Rock? They got tablets for them.
I heard.
I
heard.
For you to call and do video chat with your family. We had to do a select phone call. Ain't that a bitch?
Watch video. No, I saw a thing yesterday in the paper saying that everybody in prison and county jail now, they got to give them free calls now.
Yeah, I know.
Calls, baby.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, because the homies been calling me. They'll call me and they got them free minutes, you know, but they just kind of like face the minutes, right? You know, I don't
I'm gonna tell y'all that ain't cool. There's gonna be a lot of suckers that find out their girl cheating now.
Hey, I promise you, pretty boy, I had 2 phone calls in all 19 and a half years.
Damn.
That was the last thing on our mind. On my mind. But again, but Kev, you gotta understand, I told my mother at 12, I don't have a mother, don't ever come visit me. And my mother is just as evil as I. She said, "Fuck you then," and didn't come visit me or call me or send me a package. I didn't need for nothing, but I never had a phone call.
We got somebody in the comments section that's in the California prison system right now. He said these tablets are garbage, homie.
I had a feeling they was, you know.
Hey, at least I get to watch movies.
Hey, what the tablets made by that company GPX?
they get to watch movies. The only thing I watch is read freak novels and penthouses and Playboys and
hey, if you know like I know, you gotta be careful anything they give you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If they listening or got a GPS on that motherfucker. They got something on there.
Yeah.
Them cats don't understand that. They just happy to get them.
They done on us since the 60s.
Yeah.
You best believe it's something going on with them tablets.
Yeah.
They just happy to get them, Kev. They don't care.
Of course. Just like people with reparations would be happy to get some money. They don't give a damn. They don't even know what they're gonna do with the money. They just want some.
That's true.
Money.
Man, they better hope they can even just pass the damn guidelines to it. You know, I already told you what it was.
Yeah, I know. That's gonna eliminate probably 95%.
Yeah, when you get a chance, Google it up, and it's gonna tell you everything I just said.
Yeah.
You gotta have lineage before 1900. Your name better be a slave name. You better have family that actually took residence up in California from 1933 to 1977. I mean, they making you jump through some hoops. So everybody in here that's black and the state of California really think they're gonna get $200 and some thousand. You know? I mean,
hey, well, thank you guys for coming on, man.
All right, we trying to go to bed, man. Happy New Year's, Kev Mac and Kev Mac Maniacs. Happy New Year's, Kev Mac and Kev Mac Maniacs, since you're trying to put me off. Praise boy, it's most definitely a pleasure.
All
we
right.
got to get on again together, man. And the Maniacs, man, Happy New Year, especially you East Coast people. I still got 4 more minutes out here. But Happy New Year's. Hope everybody do what they say they're gonna do. Correct what they want to correct. They say they're gonna correct. At the end of the day, to me, it's just another day. I'm alive. I get a year older, and I'm able to do the things I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, y'all.
Y'all take it easy.
All right, y'all. Later.
All right, later.
All right, Mac Kids and Maniacs. That'll do it for tonight's show. Happy New Year to you guys, wherever you may be. Cutes just sent me a text, Happy New Year. Cute should have came on live. Man, Cutes just text me. Cute should have came on.
I don't know why he didn't come on, man.
I know, man. He tripped. Oh, I didn't even send it to him. That's why. Oh, yes, I did. Yeah. Look, he just popped on. Cute, you late to the party, homie. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I called in to say Happy New Year to you and to all the Mac kids and you, Kev.
Hey, man, we done tricked off 30 people thinking that it was over with. What's up, Cutes, man? It's
oh, man. I'm like another good New Year coming in. I'm here at work, you know. Everything's cool. Kind of complicated tonight, though, because I got to assemble this thing here. And everything is different from that plate to this plate. And so it's gotten me going a little bit. So I got my book open, trying to knock it out. What's up,
Cute?
Hey, what's up, Big Rocchead? How you doing?
What's up, homeboy?
Oh, man, it's good to see you. Happy New Year, Brother Rock.
Happy New Year's, man. You know that.
Yeah, we free. That's what's up.
We free, and we are free.
That's
and
right.
We get to do what the F we want to do.
You're damn right. And we doing the right thing, too. That's what's up.
And we're doing the right thing, saving lives, educating people.
Yeah,
enjoying life to the best of our abilities.
Yeah, they better recognize shit.
Hey, Cute, you sent me a picture of you when you were 7 years old.
Let's see it.
If you take that hair off your face, you look the exact same when you were 7 years old, man.
It's a trip how your resemblance doesn't change much over the years.
Man.
Hey, that picture was taken on 18th Street when I lived on 18th Street right off of Central. Well, that's when I was living with my grandmother. That's the first gang in that area when I was that little was East Side Outlaws.
East Side Outlaws.
Yeah, Butchie was the leader. He lived on that street. He went with my auntie. I sent you a bunch of pictures, Kev, when I went over with my sister. Yeah, I said.
Next time you're free, we're gonna have a show on them pictures.
All right, cool, man. I got Michael Stone on one. I got Yak on one. I got who else? I got Steel Bill. I got Stacy on one. I got a bunch of Rusty and a few of Mouse and Chucky and Todd. Yeah, we'll show them. Hey, man, what's you guys' New Year's resolution?
I don't have one.
Man, I don't go through all that, man. I just want to enjoy life.
Yeah.
That's
enjoy
right.
life, keep saving lives. Enjoy life, save lives, and keep doing what I do.
Yeah. Well, my resolution is I want to start exercising more, getting in the gym more, eating healthier, and just things that'll make me be around a little longer of my choices.
Okay, Lady
Yeah.
P. Thank you, Lady P. Now, Lady P was telling me, you and Kev, have a good
Oh,
night.
okay.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's to the young lady too. Hell yeah.
Anyway,
Well, I gotta get back. I gotta get back to work. I was just checking in with you guys because I seen you send me an invite.
All right, bro.
All right, big dog.
Take it easy.
All right, y'all be cool.
All right, you too.
All right, Kev. Later.
All right, brother.
All right, later. All right, y'all. I'm done. Good night. Happy New Year. Peace.